Sports radio station. Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. This is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers back in action tonight with their 81-50 record on the season. After the game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, technically a Brewers home game on Sunday night against the Braves. Crew was off yesterday. They start a 3-game set with the New York Mets tonight. 6:10 first pitch in Queens. Pre-game coverage starts at 5:35 after Molly and Jim right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Kyle Harrison gets the start on the mound for Milwaukee. Entering play today, the Brewers remain 5.5 games up on the Chicago Cubs for the top spot in the National League Central Division standings. A half game up on the Los Angeles Dodgers for the best record in the National League. Football, the Packers back for a joint practice with Mike LaFleur and the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow. Matt LaFleur joking about the relationship with his brother and what will happen at the joint practice coming up tomorrow. We'll hear it on Wilde and Tausch starting right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Tuesday edition. As awesome as I'm sure the Sendix Open was yesterday.
Oh, it was awesome.
It will be nice not to have Tausch battling the announcer.
Is that Shaggy?
That is Charlie Brown.
No, I mean, is that from Shaggy's van?
Is
that
what
hat?
from Shaggy's?
No, look at the hat. It's got like the Shaggy, like, you know, the old van
That's
had the
fuzzy.
shag?
It's a little fuzzy. Yeah. So Charlie Brown's wearing the hat in the picture. And then I'm
Smart.
wearing the hat. Edition. And the Tausch is going to have to help me understand fighting at practice. Especially when it's with your college teammates, your draft classmates, your locker room neighbor, and your fishing buddy. Which is what happened yesterday.
It's an easy answer.
I know it will be. And I look forward to it. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the incredible ESPN Wisconsin app, which is A, fully free, B, fully customizable, and C, can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and as you can clearly see, so is the Packers Hall of Famer, He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I apologize for yesterday. That was some loudspeakers now.
I only wish they were discussing some sort of sensitive subject about illness or something awkward.
No, that would be Jesse talking over the top of it. I made an executive decision that was not good. But we went on the course. It was I'm talking Chamber of Commerce day yesterday. No, you couldn't get any better. Like, it was 72 with no wind, but a light breeze, if that makes sense from a golf standpoint.
Sure.
Like, the breeze was just nice to keep it nice, and the sun was hitting, the Tito's were rolling, the Coors Lights were. It was just a absolute gorgeous afternoon yesterday.
Did you have a Chamber of Commerce quality performance?
So I was fortunate to our great partners at Sendix. We had talked about this. They're celebrating their centennial. They got the big store opening up in Whitefish Bay. We're going to be down there. I'm not sure if Jason is, but I know Jelly and I will be down there coming up, I think, soon. So they're having a banner year. They're big also great partners of ours for our 10 years. And I was able to bring Max with me. And the young fella played some good golf yesterday and learned a lot, because when you go to a golf outing and there's some cocktails and some other stuff.
Oh, dear.
You grow up.
Oh.
You learn stuff.
Oh, no.
But he was
like watching
we ended up having a little battle afterwards.
Riding the bus
with
to school.
Reeves and Bal and the whole team. So it was he learned some life lessons that I'm not. We had some discussions, and I said, as we were driving back, I said, all right, sometimes we have these conversations. You don't need to share everything with the rest of our family. Yes, exactly. So it was an absolute beautiful day, and I'll get to it on Feel Good Friday this week. They raised a lot of money for a lot of good causes. So it was a fantastic day, even though the show, for me at least, got cut short by, an hour and a half.
Good to watch Wedding Crashers when you got home, or what?
No, in the car. No, we did not watch in the car. I just want to be clear. No wedding.
We listened to it.
Yes,
because that's the way you consume video.
That is true.
Well, I'm glad that a great time was had by all. Jesse, give me the date for that show at the Sendix in Whitefish Bay, so I at least have a chance to attend it.
I'm pretty sure it's coming up soon.
It's on the calendar.
In the words of Tausch.
Yeah, it's. I don't, because there's always fluidity with this.
I do have it on the calendar. Let me check what we got here.
I look forward to that. All right. Well, we're glad that you're back in the controlled environment of the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios.
And the biggest news, I know we're going to get to Packers and everything else, but this has been, I saw this over the weekend. We didn't get to it yesterday. And I just saw Pete Thamel reporting this, that the Big Ten passed a rule today that doesn't allow players to return from the NFL. How are you going to enforce that? Pete, I'm legit asking, because LSU, the whole reason this is the case, somebody from the Browns, I don't even know, tight end from the Browns.
Yep.
Played at Ole Miss, has a relationship with Lane Kiffin. Wisely, in my opinion, said, I'm going to get cut. I'm going to go back and get paid in college. And there's nothing stopping him from doing it.
Well, there's a rule. They're making a rule.
Yeah, but there's laws, and judges have ruled. So I understand it. I'm saying, how are you, what is going to be the end game to this? How are we going to solve it? Because we all agree it's ridiculous. I agree it's ridiculous. But if I'm a player, they're going to say, well, the current players should bandy up, because who it's really hurting is the current players. The guys that have worked from January to now and positioned themselves to play.
Current college players.
It's great for the NFL. It's the college football has always been a feeder system.
It's like being sent to AAA.
Depending on which program you go to. If I was the MAC or the Big 12 or some of these conferences that have lagged behind the Big 10 and the SEC, I would go all in on this.
This is such a great idea.
I'm calling these guys and I'm saying, hey, come on down. First off, you're going to dominate. We're going to be good. And you're going to get some scratch. To me, that is what makes sense. And if I was these players, I would bandy about and say, hey, let's go to Western Illinois. Now, I don't want them to go to Western Illinois this year or Eastern Michigan.
Sure.
At least until after week 4. But that should be, if the players are smart here, they don't just start going, yeah, the SEC and the Big Ten can say what they want to say. Go to the MAC. Go to these smaller schools and just go get some scratch and go reevaluate, and then you can reevaluate what happens. Because I'm going to tell you this. You don't think Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, all of these schools that have been gutted by Division I programs wouldn't say, yep, let's do it. Because they would. And they should. And this is where you put off stuff long enough, you end up getting your tails kicked in. And that's what's happening in college football. They have no answers because they didn't plan anything. They had no foresight into seeing that this was going to happen. And now they're reaping they're reaping what happens when that goes on. And by the way, why would any player want anything different? They're going to say, well, you should unionize. You should do all this, do a collective bargaining agreement. NFL players would die to have what's going on right now. No franchise tag, no salary cap, no rules. Could you imagine Jordan Love or could you imagine Josh Allen every year saying, all right, yeah, maybe the Rams, they're going to pay me $80 this year. Maybe I'll go there. And they want to spend $400 million. Why would the players ever stop this? And this is the beast you created by not letting somebody eat some cream cheese on a bagel. Mm-hmm. And here you go. And now you could sit there and say, oh, pretty please, Congress, bail us out. Good luck. Good luck with that. And then, by the way, if that happens, what's to stop somebody from suing and doing that anyways? So it's a mess. It is an absolute blanking mess. And I always want to have solutions. I don't have one. Because if you're advising the players, until this house of cards crumbles, which it will, you don't do anything. Because you are getting the best of everything right now.
All right, a lot to unpack there, including the fact that I would like a hotkey of "It's a mess," which I really enjoy.
Could have used that yesterday.
Who would you put if you were Power Rankings, since it's Power Rankings Tuesday? Where are you putting yourself on that list for a little bit of a sloppy show yesterday? You're at the top, right? No. You're perfect, Jason. I'm talking about Jesse.
I didn't have a great show either, but Jesse might have been a factor.
You were top of the list, right?
I mean, just straight up forgetting to call Evan Cohen for his appearance at 9:35.
How do you think that's going to go? You think Evco's going to be?
I have a feeling.
You think he's going to hold? You think he'll hold the grudge? Or you think he's going to be?
We're going to be hearing about this one for a while.
I do believe that's going to be an accurate statement. Yes.
Feel bad about that.
All right, a couple things. First of all,
don't do my trailing off. That was my favorite part of the show.
That was pretty good. The Packers have released their rivalries uniforms. I am not a fan, so I will withhold judgment.
Is that the photo right there?
I will allow our fans
to respond. That's got a St. Norbert's vibe to it. Pull that back up, Jell.
It's not on the video stream yet. This is off air where I'm getting it ready to put it on the video
stream. We're
stream.
having another day like yesterday.
Oh, that's a preemptive put it up on the screen. That looks like
been a while since you've done a show in studio here.
That's not true. I was here Thursday, but St. Norbert's College.
Okay. So all right, hold on. Back up. Because I'm so glad Tausch brought this up. We brought it up to Matt LaFleur yesterday, in fact. And Matt LaFleur said it's crazy. It's crazy town. He couldn't believe that this was happening. The player that Tausch is referring to is Daquan Wright, who is expecting to be released or was released by the Browns and has committed to LSU. Now, my understanding of how this works is that with the lawsuits with FBS players who think they're getting hosed out of a year of eligibility that they should still have left, those are largely members of the undrafted class of this year. Now, LaFleur said he didn't have any indication that any of their undrafted rookies were plotting a return to college, but it does seem to be
Would LaFleur be on board with that?
I would argue that if you retain the players' rights and you can basically demote them and then they can pick whatever college they go to, as opposed to the Brewers sending guys down to, Nashville or Biloxi or wherever.
Appleton.
They got I think Uribe has a rehab start there today, or rehab appearance. I don't know why the NFL would be against it. Like, this is why they have to walk a careful line with college football to begin with, because it is their feeder system. So I get that. What is the case that the Big Ten would make that they want to outlaw this? Like, what is the downside for them exactly?
Roster management, more money to spend, taking opportunities away from this. It then becomes more UFL-ish than it is college football. Like, there's 100 things colleges don't want to have this.
No, I understand. I just wanted to know what was at the top of the list for them.
There's about 6 things, I would say.
Because I don't know how prevalent this will be, but you're right. This Daquan Wright
I'll
decision.
tell you this. If this works, and this, what is his name? Daquan what?
Wright.
Daquan Wright. If he gets $1 million to go to play in LSU and he dominates and then he becomes a 3rd or 4th round pick next year, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, and that was the point. Thank you. That was perfect, because that was what I was going to say is, didn't one of the Brewers draft picks, I think it was like a 5th round pick, didn't he choose not to sign and go back to college, and then he goes back into the draft pool?
Back to school.
Like
I feel like that happens a decent amount in the baseball draft.
A lot of guys turn it. But what I'm saying is that mechanism is already in place in college football. Or college baseball. He was drafted. He turned down the contract, and now he can be drafted again next year. So I don't think that this lacks a precedent, right? Other than the fact that the guy went to training camp with an NFL team before deciding that he's going to go back to college. All right. I am sure I can see folks already in the YouTube comments having their own show discussing the throwback or whatever these are.
I was listening to PFT and Big Cat this morning on my little walk, and this idea is absolutely beautiful. Everybody that gets cut, they have to cut them before Labor Day. They then go into a pool back to get drafted by the teams that have the worst record in college. So Purdue would get the first choice of someone from, let's say, who do you think is going to be the highest, the best player that's cut from the Green Bay Packers this year? Let's say Kyle McCord. Let's just say McCord.
Sure, McCord or Pierre Strong.
Now all of a sudden, or Pierre Strong. Now all of a sudden, the Packers have to look at it and say, we need to pay him more than the practice squad because Illinois could potentially pay them $1 million. And there's all of a sudden, everybody's doing these fantasy drafts coming up. You're going to be down at Pato this week to do a draft. Think about how fun this would be from a college standpoint. You only get one player. Every collegiate program only gets one player, and they get an exemption on their scholarship/roster. They get a chance to draft one player that gets cut from the NFL. 1 night, 32. Or no, you'd have to do more than that because there's 138 Division I programs. That sounds enticing. That could be fun.
I liked your earlier idea better. Like the MAC and some of these other programs.
Well, there's more than how many players get cut in the next 2 weeks? There's like 1,000 cats get cut.
Well, the Packers have 90 players on their roster, not including their international.
38 guys get cut.
So you're talking 37 guys per team times 30 teams, 32 teams.
Let's call it 1,000 dudes.
At least 1,000, yes.
So there's going to be plenty of dudes left for the MAC. Like, this is another layer of fun, because the only way to change things is to be absurd. Like, I think because nothing's going to happen here. Eventually, your economic system's going to break, and then it has to, and then you're sitting there, and now all of a sudden you're scrambling to keep stuff together. This way should speed up the process. You have the Big Ten coming out here. I have a simple solution that I'll say next. I'll get to that next. A simple solution that will solve all these problems, at least from an eligibility standpoint. I don't need to tell you how to solve problems if it comes to windows and doors, because Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is the team for you. If you're shopping for new windows and doors, shouldn't include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, not using high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule a free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Tausch will reveal his solution for this situation. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. Well, as Milwaukee gears up for another run in baseball's postseason and the start of new football seasons in both Green Bay and Madison greet us with much anticipation, there's a bunch of energy and excitement right now for sports fans all around the state. And speaking of energy, right now could be a great time to discover a new way to power your home. How would you like to start saving money while also helping to save the planet? Well, all you have to do, make the switch to Everlight Solar. Our family is one of many who have made the switch to solar over the last several years. When we met with the team at Everlight Solar, they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Every tailgate has one. One person who brings the grill. One person with the long games. One who's convinced this is the year. But everyone's favorite, the one who shows up with the carbless. Handcrafted premium cocktails with bold flavor, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess. Just crack one open and enjoy. This football season, make Carbless the MVP of your cooler. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Sports is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with Good Karma Sports, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmasports.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmasports.com.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European, and the summer of Audi is in full swing at Audi Madison. As always, at Audi Madison, they're going to help make leasing affordable for your next car. Lease the all-new 2026 Audi Q3 Quattro for $499 a month for 36 months. Offers only available until August 31st. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline at Rimrock Road.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the New York Mets.
And Jake, a fly ball to center. Harris is back. Harris at the track, looking up. It is gone! Jake Bowers!
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Before we dive into the Packers rivalries uniforms, Tausch is going to solve this whole pro players going back to college stuff.
I don't understand. This is such a simple solution, and I think is it College Save the Colleges Act or whatever this whole thing is. 5 years from the day they enroll. You get 5 years. That's it. Injuries, medical, red shirt. You get 5 years. Once you declare or leave the university, you're done. It's over. There is no coming back. Like, this is simple. So for the baseball players that come over and they come at 23, so be it. Chris Wanke, yeah, you've come when you're 23. You get out when you're 28. Is that fair? Some people complained about that. You get 5 years. That's it. 5 years.
I think that's what they're doing, isn't it?
But it's not. Just enforce it and say you can't do it. Now, you got a lawsuit. You signed up. You signed it. This is what you're doing.
Well, didn't you just say that lawsuits could prevent the Big Ten from instituting its
I understand.
rule?
I'm saying, yeah, they could sue, but nobody is given anything here. Nobody is saying the Big Ten could say if you sign someone like LSU just did or is planning on doing, you could lose you could lose the charter. You could be out.
But I think this is why this is, while it's a fun topic and I love the rabbit hole we went under or into. This is a very small, finite amount of people because this Save College Sports or whatever act, this guy's argument is that this rule has been enacted after he enrolled and after he spent his time at Ole Miss and that he should be grandfathered into the old rules and get his extra year. And that this 5 years from the day you enroll, or you get 5 years, period, fin, end of story, was enacted after he was in school. So it shouldn't apply to him. It should apply to people going forward. That's what I think his argument is.
I don't know his argument, but that's bunk.
So where do we stand on guys
5 years.
that
It's easy.
like I feel like this is, again, I'm not an expert on college football rules, and apparently neither is the NCAA, frankly. But, we had this process, right? You had a redshirt year. There was a time when you transferred, you had to sit out a year. And then you could apply for a medical 6th-year redshirt, right? If you used your redshirt, but you also suffered a catastrophic injury, there were certain players that got an additional year based on a case-by-case basis. What exactly was wrong with that system?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with that system.
What?
We just went over it. None of the revenue was split.
No. I'm talking purely on eligibility. I'm not talking about the
you
other
can't.
stuff.
Both things. This all goes together. This is all one big pot. So,
in terms of limiting the number of years you can be a college athlete,
yes.
There's some guys with.
Let me
this
tell you
also
something.
because
Let me
of
tell you something. If
COVID
Old Boy
and everything
wasn't-
else.
Let me ask you something. You think Old Boy be going back to college if he didn't get paid?
No, of course not.
So there's your answer. It has to work together. It can't be one or the other. It's got to be both.
Do we want the MAC to take college guys to return to college or not? Then
I want this system so blanked up that it's got to change to do it, and this is what will happen. It's the only way it's going to change. Had everybody just fallen in line on this, nothing was going to ever happen. Something is going to happen here, and I'm not sure it's going to be good or bad. I know it's just something's going to happen because this isn't doable. This is crazy town. And I'm here for crazy town. I think it'll be fun.
All right. I don't.
As Wisconsin fans, and I know you're not a Wisconsin fan, Jason, and Jelly's on the phone. If there was, let's just say Kyle McCord, because he's a Packer. Let's say he gets cut. And something happens, and obviously he was a really good college quarterback. Would we want him at Wisconsin? Hey, You know what? Old boy pulled a hammy. And he's up in Green Bay already. He's played Notre Dame. He is dialed. Do you want him starting? Gel?
Yeah.
I think you're pretty much like
if
Micah Parsons says, you know what? I want to get one game in.
Hold
up.
No, now we've really gone to crazy town.
All right, Colin Oliver. I think he's gonna make the team, but let's just say somebody comes back and he gets released, and we're playing Michigan State. We need an edge rush. We need a guy in the middle. We need someone that can get after the quarterback. And the Wisconsin Badgers say, here's $200K to come in and rush against Michigan State. Are we on board?
Wait, now we're bringing them in for one game?
10-day contracts, yeah. The NBA does it.
I thought you teased you were going to fix this.
No, the 5 years.
No,
5 years is the fix.
Worse.
The 5 years is the fix. It's easy. It's simple. It's clean. Everybody should be on board with it. Are you on board with signing a 10-day contract? He can go because, hey, I can't sign with these guys. I'll get a quick $250 here, and then I'll go back and play in the post.
If for some reason Colton Joseph was unable to go for the opener against Notre Dame, rather than running the true freshman Ryan Hopkins or Danny O'Neal back out there, who's still on the team, I didn't know that.
Started a lot of games.
Rather than running either of those guys out there, if Kyle McCord was available for $250,000, if one of the great partners of Wisconsin Athletics would say, Kyle McCord brought to you by blank for one game to start against Notre Dame at Lambeau Field, sign me up. Yeah, that would be.
You think most Wisconsin fans are on board with that thought? I'm generally curious.
Because if he gets cut this Sunday, he'd have 9 days to get out. That's more than Malik Willis had.
Most of us feel like this is ridiculous. Like, you declare for the pros, you go. I think that's how all of us have felt for this. But for the people that want players to get paid, want to keep chasing their dreams, and get paid while they're doing it, it's a pretty good fit. And by the way, it's going to help your team win. It always comes back to, is it going to help my team win? There's no doubt that's going to help your team win. You get another really good player on your team, it's going to help you win. Do we want to do that? Because it's easy to say, well, let Eastern Illinois do it. Or LSU's doing it. I don't want Notre Dame doing it, but do I want Wisconsin doing it? I got to think about that because I'm torn. I'm imbrogliated. Imbrogliize me.
I'm still confused how you teased that we were going to fix this whole thing.
I solved the problem, and you guys were like, well, no, you could do
and
this.
And now you've decided to make the problem even worse.
No.
If you get cut by an NFL team, you can sign a 10-day contract to play in one college game.
Could you imagine, though, if you just mercenary yourself out as a 10-day contract warrior and you you get a 10-day here, you get a 10-day, Ohio State, Michigan. That'd be a fun one to be a part of. Let's jump in that one for $300. And next thing you know, the kid's made $4 or $5 million sprinkling around playing at different spots.
You want Kyle McCord to make $6 million this year by bouncing around from team mercenary.
Jesse, don't be crazy. You can't do that with a quarterback, I don't think. You could do that with a pass rusher. You could do that with an offensive lineman.
Corner,
wide out, running back. Yeah. You could do it almost everywhere.
Hell, you could start for Toledo on Tuesday and then play for
ridiculous.
Purdue on Saturday.
No, there'll have to be a rule you can't play more than once every 7 days. Come on, don't be ridiculous. That's crazy.
Oh, now we've gone too far. Playing for two different schools in the same week. That is the bridge too far.
I'm telling you, though, in order for something sane to come of this is the process you have to go down. Or at least that's how it seems. That's how it seems.
How many Tito's did you have yesterday?
Well, I'll say this. Tito's was everywhere yesterday. As a matter of fact, I think I talked to the cart gals. I think they said they went out of all of it. It was a great day. They had the Bloody Mary bar to start. It had the transfusions, the lemonade, the cranberry. It doesn't matter what you mix. Make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka in your glass. And you know what? They were out at golf outings. They're always out in the community trying to make it better, and especially for our four-legged friends. So the next time you're raising a glass, make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka, distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation Inc. over in Austin, Texas, and it is crafted to be savored responsibly.
Are we going to discuss these uniforms, or are we not going to discuss these uniforms?
Well, I'm actually super intrigued. I was talking to Eric and Vinny this morning on Wisconsin's Morning News, and I think, did you read the tea leaves that I read with Matt LaFleur talking about calling his brother out? having a fight. Did you read the tea leaves? Because I did, and I'm going to tell you, I think something's brewing.
Oh, my God, you're going to tease again.
So we're not talking about the uniforms.
We can. The uniforms, until you get the video that you can put it up on the screen.
I have the picture ready.
You yelled
that's
at
what
me before.
You saw
because
me
you
getting it
yes,
ready because I
but
thought we were
then you
doing this
scolded me.
segment.
Jesse, you scolded me because I was preemptive with the video. So I don't know if you have it ready or not. After yesterday's performance, I'm guessing it might not be there till tomorrow.
Jesse's thinking about going back to Bradley right now.
I think on a 3-day contract. I think there's something brewing, and it's going to be fun. And I'm going to see if Jason agrees with me. We'll say that. Jason. We'll talk that next.
Jason Wilde.
You guys don't like teasing. I do. And we'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here for Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. And how's this for a little adventure? Labor Day weekend, you could win $45,000 credit valid toward any new or used RV. Play now through September 6th using your Unity card to earn entries. Check out the full rules at casino.hardrock.com. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Week 2 of the high school football season features more Prep Mania under the Thursday night lights. 2 schools from opposite sides of the same golf course square off in a non-conference showdown when the Monona Grove Silver Eagles visit the La Follette Lancers. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, streaming free on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
My dad says locks and cameras help protect buildings, but security is really about protecting people.
Hi, this is Jeffrey Beckman, owner at J&K Security Solutions. Protecting people is at the heart of everything we do. From fire alarms and surveillance systems to access control and intelligent video monitoring, J&K has helped keep homes and businesses safe across southern Wisconsin since 1987. Visit jksecurity.com.
J&K Security Solutions. Security with a personal touch.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. You know that honeydew list that's been sitting on your counter since what, 2020? Yeah, we can handle that. From leaky faucets to light fixtures, our handyman team at Bruner Realty fixes it all. Fast, friendly, and done right the first time. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedby, BRUNER.com. Because your to-do list deserves a happy ending.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Green Bay, we might have a kicker.
He has now earned the trust because of these 2 preseason performances that I think it's going to go through the uprights every time.
You're listening to Madison's home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
To say that today's program is more disjointed than yesterday's.
Well, till 10:30 it wasn't that disjointed. Then, it wasn't that disjointed. At 10:25 it got a little disjointed.
But
and when you forgot to call Evan, and now he's...
Well, that was at 9:40.
I was not happy about
it.
Were you rattled?
I'm still rattled.
I know you are.
No.
You a little rattled about that, didn't you?
Hope he doesn't call me later.
He's not calling me back. He's not texting me. I think he's a little irritated by the grudge.
So I thought maybe we were going to talk about Matt and Mike LaFleur at some point. I also thought we would talk about these uniforms.
Well, we didn't know. Did we know the uniforms were launching today?
We did.
Okay.
I don't know if we knew they were launching
so
when they did.
You obviously, I don't mind a double tease. You have some thoughts on these uniforms. I saw them, and I need to understand more before I make a final verdict, but I'm going to be honest with you. The first time I saw them, I thought, meh.
Yeah, we don't have to discuss those now.
No, you want to. You
want to pay off
when you see it, what do you think? It looks like it's. I thought, what's that little patch over there? Is that St. Norbert? It felt like that was like the SNC, St. Norbert College.
Yeah, no, it's the G and the B. It's an old school Packers logo from yesteryear.
Okay.
It looks like Beaver Dam High School.
The Beavs.
Yep, they're the same color scheme.
Are they the Golden Beavers?
They're the Golden
Reedsburg?
Beavers.
That's the Golden.
The
Golden
Reedsburg
Beavers?
is just the regular Beavers.
Who was the first Beaver?
Beaver Dam is the Golden Beavers. I don't know, but when they were in the same conference, they play the Beaver Bowl every year, which is pretty great. A Prep Mania staple for a number of years. It looks like Beaver Dam High School.
Okay.
So I was talking to Jordan Love about this in the locker room, and I was like, hey, what do you think of them? Because you've obviously modeled them, right? And he had trouble describing what the color was. And
what did he say?
Well, he said it's kind of a grayish green, and I said like olive. He said, yeah, but not like. So I don't think this is olive. They've got a whole breakdown on Packers.com with the palette, the paint palette, explaining them. I'm intrigued by what the connectivity is to the rivalry. It is a desaturated vintage green is the phrase that the Packers and Nike use.
Desaturated?
That's the word.
What does that mean?
Desaturated.
Like not wet?
Desaturated vintage.
Regular green is saturated. This is desaturated.
A desaturated vintage green.
Is dehydrated and desaturated the same thing?
No.
As the foundation of the jersey, complemented by an alabaster palette.
Oh, alabaster's fun. I like that.
Reminiscent of the aged paper color of historic Packers stock certificates and accented with the team's signature gold.
You know, sometimes in life, you just try too hard.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
You're searching, and you feel like you have to do something different, even though what has worked for so long is so sweet. And you just try so hard, and it never ends well. It just doesn't work.
The jersey numbers feature an engraved treatment modeled after the intricate lettering on paper currency reflective of the financial contributions from the fans that help sustain the franchise over the years. The interlocking GB logo on the upper left chest of the jersey and back of the helmet is a modernized interpretation of a classic Packers logo that appeared on the Vince Lombardi era sideline and practice gear, predating the team's now iconic G. Making history since 1919 is embroidered inside the collar, marking the Packers' founding year and enduring identity.
Yeah, I mean, I love the G, so I can't get on board, even though now that you say that, I can remember seeing a little bit of that on the Lombardi sideline in a couple of clips.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the history and tradition of the Green Bay Packers is hugely important to all of us that have, been a part of it, whatever the case may be. But the G is iconic. And I know the helmet still has the G. I just don't want to mess with it. Like, it's great. The G stands for great and Green Bay. I don't really want to mess with that, and I don't love all of the other stuff. I am an old school cat, though. So, again, I didn't like Oregon's court. I didn't like all that uniform change. Occasionally, a sprinkle is fine. How often are they just wearing these one game or two games?
Yeah, for Packers-Bears at Lambeau Field on October 11th.
All right, so here's the deal. I get it, man. They're chasing dollars. I understand the whole game. One time, fine. As far as any meaningful changes, I would be very disappointed if there's anything meaningful, because I think the gold pants with the green jersey and the helmet are perfection. I don't want them messing with it. And if you want to tinker and have some fun for an occasional and grab a little cash and give people some new ensembles to wear, all right, great. I don't mind it. It doesn't mean I'm going to say I love it, because I don't. I think it's meh, and I think it's trying too hard. That would be how I would describe it.
Jesse, would you get a Brett Favre jersey with this palette?
No. I don't dislike it.
Now there's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, I mean, like the white helmet looks good. It's just kind of like the inverted colors.
I'm all right with the white
helmet.
Different than the winter warning helmet, though.
The winter warning doesn't have the gold in the middle. Stuff was pretty sharp.
That was good, but they just did it in October when it was still like sunny and nice out.
Yeah, they wanted to sell stuff for the holidays. I get that.
As I said last week, I don't mind this. I don't like that they're doing it against the Bears, and I see the Bears have unveiled theirs. They look like Illinois, the Illini. So it's gonna be a weird looking game at Lambeau Field. It's not gonna look like Packers.
I hope it's so
Bears,
memorable, and you have to keep playing. That would be fantastic.
Disappointing. It's it compromises the fun and the history of the best rivalry in sports.
Compromised jerseys, FCJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fun compromise.
Compromises the fun.
Yep. I don't want fun compromisation.
You don't want someone who's a fun compromiser.
I think the answer lies with what you just said, Jason, when you asked Jordan Love, and he can't even tell you what the color of the jersey is.
Yeah.
That kind of tells you everything you need to know.
Again, I think I think trying too hard is probably a good way to put it, just because.
Well, read that press clipping again. Desaturization. Olive composition. What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is what it said.
Sounds like they hired a poet, and then they were trying to design.
Didn't know it.
No, they were trying to design the jerseys around the poet.
Sounds like somebody compromising some fun.
No, the game's still going to be super fun. And I don't.
You can't tell me that it's going to feel the same wearing an orange helmet and a white helmet than when it's Packers-Bears normally.
Jordan Love is going to give two rips outside of when he walks in. He's like, oh, yeah, we're wearing these olive whatever jerseys are this day. Once he's out there throwing, he ain't giving two rips what it's.
No, of course he's not. Us, the fans, the people watching on TV, the people at the stadium. Once in a lifetime, you might be able to get to go to Packers-Bears and to see it look totally different than what it should be.
When they make these decisions, where do the fans come into play?
Isn't it like top of the list because you want them buying merchandise?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
it should.
Who's number one?
So it should be.
Do the fans love this more than the normal? They will buy this more because it's different. Just like the Wisco jerseys with the Brewers. I happen to like the Wisco jerseys with the Brewers. I know a lot of people don't. Saw it on Friday. I thought I like it.
I like these a lot better than the Wiscos.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot better.
I disagree. In a pretty vehement manner.
All right,
I'm almost desaturized because of it.
You're just excited about a new word.
No, because I don't know what it means. So I'll just use it. I'm assuming, again, nobody has answered me. Is it similar to dehydration? Desaturized. You take the air out of it.
I would say it. I would say from a color palette standpoint, I'm not an artist. I would say it's a more muted tone is what the desaturized word means, as opposed to a vibrant color. Like, had they gone like super bright, like the Notre Dame bright green, Kelly green jerseys, that would be saturated. This is more muted and desaturated. It looks like you might want to paint like your den this color, where it's not like hardcore. Yeah, there you go. There's a good comp.
So just call it
saturized on the right, desaturized on the left.
Do they call them dens anymore?
I don't know. I don't personally have one, but den
I think
felt
it's
like
home
the right word
office
for
is
me there.
Den, right? Isn't a home office a den?
I don't know. My grandparents, I know, had a den, and it was where like the TV was.
Okay.
I can't say I've used the word den in a very long time. I think we stayed at like a cabin in the Dells once that said, it has a nice den overlooking.
What about when you went to the Lions game in Detroit? Did you use the word den during that trip?
I did not. No. Made a good friend talking about the Lions. I bet that guy's having a great couple of years. He was a diehard Lions fan that we sat next to at that game. Good. He was miserable. He's got to be so happy.
I'm interested in fans' reviews. So whether it's in the YouTube comments or texting into the Carbless Talk and text line, you're the ones that they want to buy the merch.
What do you like better, the Wisco jerseys or these?
For sure, these.
You think most Packer fans agree?
So the only thing that I'm seeing on social media while we're discussing this is that it feels like if you're a Packers fan, you're on board with it because it's your team.
You're going to buy it
different.
because but that doesn't mean you have to like it.
Whereas
this is this is eating your vegetables. This jersey is eating your vegetables. You don't want to. You know you're gonna, but you don't really wanna. And I don't know what vegetable.
So it's like
not
an asparagus
green beans,
color,
not,
desaturated
I don't think it's
asparagus.
Is that what a kohlrabi looks like? Now, if you could say I'm getting a kohlrabi green, I'd be like, all right, I can get on board with that.
Arugula?
You know what? That's like
that's where I was going.
I almost feel like that's more Brussels sproutish.
Yeah, it's a little sprouty.
That's got a Brussels sprouts feel to it. And Brussels sprouts made a hell of a comeback. Now, what they forgot to say is, they dump a bunch of bacon, get the bacon grease, and get that all crusty so that they're a little crunch. But that's a Brussels sprouts.
Asparagus. I could see asparagus. There's some green, gray, olive-looking asparagus.
You get your urine hot. You want to get your urine hot and stank. And stanky.
Matt LaFleur and his brother are going to work to get their urine hot. We will get to Packers-Cardinals joint practice tomorrow. The LaFleur bros facing off, and then Friday with the preseason game. I do want to get some of your reviews. I don't want Jesse to get the last word on these uniforms. So as a fan, we've got the former player, we've got the fan base, and we've got Jesse, who abandoned the fandom for a while he was a Brett Favre fan. Just what's your take? And I think Tausch's question is great. You have to buy. We give you a gift card to go to your local sporting goods store, and you have to buy either a Brewers Wisco jersey or a Packers desaturated green jersey. What do you got? Sounds like a good poll for us to get about 18 votes on Twitter. You can do all that, and then we will get to the brothers LaFleur in the 10 o'clock hour. But we want your reviews first. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and text line. Liz is more. I need to tell you more about Walney Legal Group. They have been great. You know how much I didn't want to do this. I don't want to think about the bad stuff that can happen. The girls are driving now. I've got a whole thing with that, with their learner's permits. I worry a lot. But here's the problem. If you worry a lot, but then you don't take care of your family by getting your estate planning in order, then how good of a job are you doing of worrying? It is an uncomfortable necessity. And that's why Walney Legal Group is here to help me and you get your estate planning in order. Wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. They do it all with a customized, personalized experience, not some cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all nonsense. Their motto is lawyering the way it should be, and they take care of you from start to finish. Only 16% of people have appropriate current planning documents. I don't have mine yet, but I've at least begun the process and filled out the paperwork, and I'm making that progress because I need to get my act together, and there's no better people to help you do that than Ito and Kelly and the team at Walney Legal Group. So start the conversation today no matter what point you're at. Go to walneylegal.com, W-A-L-N-Y legal.com today. We'll talk about jerseys, and then we'll talk about brothers. That's all still ahead. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and 25 years later, we still climb so they are never forgotten. Join the Green Bay Metro Fire Department and Pierce Manufacturing for the 14th annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb, Saturday, September 12th at Lambeau Field. Climb at your own pace while carrying the name and photo of one of the 343 fallen firefighters. It's not about how fast you climb, it's about why you climb. All funds raised benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Register or donate at piercemfg.com/climb.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. I asked Badgers defensive coordinator Mike Tressel on Friday how he can tell if his unit is ready for Saturdays, and his answer? He can hear it.
I think volume is an indication of confidence. So, as I know, when they are 100 miles per hour, knowing exactly what to do, they communicate like crazy. So those are the indicators. I think a loud defense is an indication of a confident defense, which is when you play fast. And we all can notice if you give up a play and everybody gets silent out there. I do not feel like we've been doing that.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. This spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade and blackberry iced tea and lemonade. No bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy's annual Top Prospect Camp is Sunday, October 11th, bringing together some of the best talent from across the Midwest. The camp is open to high school position players, pitchers, and catchers in the 2027 through 2030 graduating classes. Space is limited and registration closes once capacity is reached. Don't miss your chance to compete and showcase your skills among the best of the Midwest. Register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Will Tucker Kraft be the NFL's highest paid tight end?
If and when it does get done, my prediction is that number will start with a 2, and that will help reset the tight end market.
Your home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Wilde and Tausch, Fashionistas edition. Geriad going with the artichoke green.
Oh!
And egg yolk yellow.
Okay.
Jacob,
how many people do you know actually just eat straight? Everybody eats artichoke dip. How often do you know people that actually eat artichokes?
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
Okay.
I'm not even sure what an artichoke looks exactly like.
It's like, it's kind of you know
Is
those
it
Russian
stalky?
you know those Russian dolls that you stuff inside of each other. That's what
Nesting dolls?
Nesting dolls.
Nesting dolls. They look like, that's what an artichoke is.
It looks like a nesting doll?
It's got the same vibe where you can kind of peel it pull it out, and it's like gets smaller, and then it gets bigger. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. Jake and McGuanago. The jerseys look like Notre Dame's. Do they?
Not really.
Good, but still better than the throwback navy blue, and
Disagree.
still would buy over the awful Wisco jerseys.
Yeah, Jake and I disagree almost on everything he just said right there. I like the old navy. That was more. That's what they wore.
It's true historic.
I don't think
Yeah.
this isn't what anyone ever wore, right?
No, it's the and
It's
they
the
even
future
call the
meets
GB
the present or something. Is that what they?
Yeah, and they call the GB logo a modernized version of the Lombardi era pre-G logo. So, didn't you play in like a Thanksgiving game with like really bland uniforms? Like they were white with green. Like they look like the kind of jerseys that you'd put together for like a semi-pro league.
Maybe.
And then I
remember having to think about wearing a belt. Like, they have like the Sansa belt is the,
Sure.
This was like an old school, like legit belt. And I was, had some struggles trying to figure out what I wanted to do.
And then Rogers used to always talk about how comfortable those Nike pants were, that were the brown pants for the throwbacks that he wore during his career. And then all their other alternative uniforms before they started all these different merch grabs were all designed purely on a throwback concept, right? There were the Navy ones with the number in a circle, which was the throwback to the original like Acme Packers. There was the darker green, which was like from the 50s, like just before Lombardi's arrival, when they were okay but not good for years.
This is where I'm really torn, because I understand we cover a lot of Packers stuff, and I am all in on the team and everything else. I don't know enough about fashion. I don't care enough about fashion, and I understand the capitalistic. I want to make money. Go ahead, go make your money. I'm fine with it. Just not my cup of tea. I don't know what goes well with anything, as you could tell the way I dress. I am not a fashionista. I don't know. Plaid goes with this. I don't know any of that. That's just not my wheelhouse. I just don't think this doesn't, to me, like, if you're going to do something, go big. I just always remember there was some actress or singer that wore like a duck around her neck, and I thought, if you're going to go big fashionista-wise, that's what you do. Or when J-Lo wore that,
was that
one
Bjork
dress.
that did that?
I don't know. They wore like a duck or a goose around their neck.
I think it was a goose.
I thought it was good. Or you just, you let it rip. You let it rip if you're, a good-looking or handsome. Just let it rip. I'm all on board. You go ahead, do your thing. I don't feel like this does any of that. That's right. This is so. If you're gonna go neon, go bright, go big. Why would you desensitize or whatever the word was?
A desaturized swan dress.
That's right. I just don't get it. I don't understand it, but I am not a huge merch guy, so I don't. I'm not the target audience for this, so I'm going to leave it up to our fans and Jelly. I don't know. That's why I'm just not that. I'm not as intrigued by it as
just
you are.
Just not that into it.
I'm not.
Before Tausch tells us about MoMA, let's get a call and a couple of texts in here so we can get on to the LaFleur brothers. Let's go to Ryan in Louisville. Ryan, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Where are you at on this jersey conversation?
Yeah, well, so I will say I'm not a big fan of the color of the jersey. I kind of like the numbers and the patch itself, but not really a big fan of the color, but that's okay, And I will say this with the Wisco jerseys, I mean, they kind of look like Bears jerseys. I'm going to be honest with you. So that's where I stand. So I think I prefer the Packers jerseys.
So what
light blue? I want to help me understand. The light blue looks like Bears.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see that.
I don't know. It's just I get more of a vibe of like Illinois Bears. I don't know. It's just like that. That's just where I'm at. Agree to disagree. That's just the kind of the vibe I get.
Without being disagreeable.
I'm with Ryan where I think people from Illinois would be more prone to call Wisconsin Wisco than people from Wisconsin calling it Wisco.
So it's more about the moniker than it is about the union.
For me, it's always been.
I understand.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. All right.
Thanks for the call, Ryan. Jesse, what are the texts? Mostly positive or mostly negative on the jerseys?
It's kind of mixed reviews. Matt Coonan texted, and I had this one up a moment ago on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk text line. I'm thrown off by the italicized numbers. I like the historic GB symbol, but would prefer the block numbering. I don't mind the olive green as an alternate. It's from Matt Coonan. I think that's probably a decent assessment.
Is anybody else thinking about olive oil? Like not what was the Popeye's girlfriend's name? Is it Olive Oil?
Olive Oil, yeah.
And I don't want to be whatever. Is there a least attractive or like if you're talking about old school comic girlfriends and or wives? I'm not a fan. I am not a fan.
Are you saying that olive oil is unattractive?
I'm saying, and if I'm power ranking that era, you got Wilma, Thelma, Jessica Rabbit, who's Jessica Rabbit. I'm going to put olive oil pretty low on my list. That's all I'm saying. And Popeye's a big, strong, strapping dude. I always found it odd that it was olive oil was such a, olive oil. They weren't married, right? They were dating.
Yeah, but he's always out at sea. Like he's always,
Only on this show
eating
do you
spinach.
get
Where does anybody rank olive oil as in their top 5 of like attractive comic or what's the word I'm looking for?
Cartoon
characters. Because I don't think she's going to be in the top list of a lot of these.
Clearly, she and Popeye had a very special bond because he was so
more than skin deep.
Oversaturated with wanting to be with her all the time.
Oversaturated with spinach.
Yeah. That was one that I always thought was like, oh, girl, what was Barney Rubble's wife? Was that Thelma?
Oh, that was
Betty.
Wilma. Betty,
and then there was Wilma was Fred's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, both definitely ranked higher than Olive.
And Thelma was the girl with the glasses on the Scooby-Doo gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daphne might be who you're thinking of.
No, I wasn't thinking of Daphne.
Oh.
Only on this show can you get a competition between Jessica Rabbit and Olive Oil.
I think Jessica Rabbit's probably at the top of most lists. Is she not?
Why? Is she just the way she's drawn, huh?
She's not desaturized. Does that make any sense? Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly! Jessica Rabbit, go ahead.
The floor is yours, Jessica.
No, the floor is yours to tell us about. Only on this show could our conversation about the Packers'
Well, you kept bringing
uniforms.
up olive, like the color olive, and I just kept thinking of olive oil, and I always thought, you know what, that's
Jessica Rabbit.
Popeye is just a weird deal in general.
I don't fully understand. Why was Popeye so popular?
Limited options during that era.
Would Popeye have made it in today's day and age?
No, he would not have competed with all the
But I think the Flintstones would. The Flintstones, I think, have carrying power.
Flintstones might be more
in the alien guy.
Scooby-Doo and everybody else, they would make it in today's day and age.
If the Flintstones came out now, it would be on like after The Simpsons, and it could probably be more like adult humor, and it might even be more popular than it was back in the day.
Maybe they'll get a revival.
But I don't think. I think of all of the comics back in, or the whatever we call them now. I think Popeye Popeye wouldn't make it in today's day and age. Well, first off, he'd be like wolfing down creatine, and he'd be doing a whole different deal. He wouldn't just be wolfing down spinach.
Would you go watch a live-action Popeye movie, though?
Yeah.
They did one. It was with Robin Williams as Popeye.
And then Popeye...
When did that happen?
Popeye didn't really do much upper body-wise. His forearms were the key to Popeye, right? Wasn't it his forearms?
Biceps, too, yeah.
No, I think only when he was spinach-infused. Like I don't think his arms, because Olive Oyl was so skinny. Like her arms were. I always thought maybe it was Popeye's forearms were so big, the biceps, unless he was spinach infused, didn't feel like there was much there.
From what I understand, though, when he had some issues with his knees, he went to MoMA.
He wolfed down spinach, and I'll tell you what, I've had issues with my knees. Golfed yesterday. Have been able to hike, went on a bunch of fun things on our vacation. If you've been putting up with the pain in your knee, I did this. I literally was like, I'm just going to tough it out. And then next thing you know, you can't move, and it's struggle city. Don't do it. Go in, get checked out, get a plan in place, and that's where our friends at MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance, can help. Doesn't matter what kind of issues you're having. They have all kinds of providers that help. OIW, SMOC, Innovative Pain. It makes it easy to find the right specialist that will find the right treatment for you. For me, they have the surgery center. They have Smart Scan. They have Mosh. I've been going to Ortho Laser. Went down there last week when we flew back. Stopped in. Felt better again right after I got out of there. You just feel good. You can get back to doing what you love doing. Call or walk in today. Learn more at MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMAMKE.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch kicks off in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is Badger basketball coach Greg Gard.
Wisconsin wins the Big Ten.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Milwaukee Brewers back in action tonight after playing a technical home game against the Atlanta Braves in Williamsport, Pennsylvania for the Little League Classic Sunday night. And a day off yesterday, the Brewers' road trip takes them to New York City, where they will visit the New York Mets. First of a three-game set tonight, 6:10 first pitch. Pre-game coverage starts at 5:35 after Molly and Jim here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Brewers 81-50 on the season. 5.5 games up on the Chicago Cubs for the top spot in the NL Central, and a game up on the Dodgers for the best record in the National League. Football, the Green Bay Packers getting set for their big joint practice with Mike LaFleur's Arizona Cardinals tomorrow morning. Jason Wilde going to be hosting Wilde and Tausch live in Green Bay as the two teams get through that joint practice with one another. Matt LaFleur sharing some jokes at the podium yesterday about going up against his brother as the head coach of these teams in joint practice. We'll hear some of that commentary coming up next on Wilde and Tausch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, Pack Vikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour. He's Popeye the Sailor Man of Wilde and Tausch. Starts now. Let's get to this LaFleur brothers story. Because it was all the talk yesterday, that and fighting. Fighting and the LaFleurs. And Matt LaFleur managed to combine both topics with what he proposed as a solution if we are on the cusp of a skirmish tomorrow between the Packers and the Cardinals after the NFL fined the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints $500,000 apiece for fighting in their joint practice. The NFL now policing this fairly significantly because I think they see this as a very good alternative to putting their biggest stars at risk during preseason games, controlled environment. So they want to see these. They're probably going to figure out a good way to monetize them. And they want them to be successful. And they don't want fighting. So Matt LaFleur issuing a warning to his players on what might happen to them if they do engage in fighting. And then suggesting an alternative to them fighting with their opponents. Here's Matt LaFleur.
Well, I think every year is a little bit different in terms of who you're playing. Certainly, you look at the connections that somebody may have. That was a great example in 19. So we were a little bit, kept things a little bit tighter. But I think every situation is a little bit different in terms of who you're going against and who they got on their staffs and the connections between other staffs. And because I know all these guys, they all talk. So, but I think, when it comes to this situation, I don't have any hesitation or reservations.
Okay, that's not what we were looking for. So let's talk about that clip instead.
I labeled these wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Here's where I wanted to go with the LaFleur stuff. And
okay, can we go here instead though?
Sure, go ahead.
Because here's what since Jesse played the wrong clip.
Tough week.
I find this interesting.
Can we put up? I think what we're seeing here is he's spending all this time putting his LinkedIn graphics together about what he's doing, and he's forgetting a lot of stuff. I think I'm never going to tell people what they. Well, and that's not true. I think we need to focus more here and not as much on your LinkedIn, Jell. Okay? Because I saw you had that Jelly Nelson. This is his week. That's been crystal clear up. Running clips and doing other stuff, calling guests and things like that have not been. But your LinkedIn profile is on point.
It really is. It's pretty impressive.
Where are you at this week? Monona Grove? Is that where you're doing a football?
Monona Grove at La
volleyball.
Monona Grove La Follette on Thursday night. Yeah, big one.
You going up north too? Probably got to head up north.
No, I will not. We got 2 volleyball matches this weekend.
Okay.
5th ranked Stanford, 4th ranked Pittsburgh. Big ones.
Did those both make the graphic?
They did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So what you heard there from Matt LaFleur was a discussion of joint practices. And if you recall in 2019, as we were kicking off our 4th season as a show, Aaron Rodgers made a lot of waves by complaining about joint practices, to the point that I think that was a little bit of kind of the beginning of the end of him and Goody. I think Goody was really pissed that he complained so publicly about the joint practices with the Texans. But what you just heard from Matt LaFleur, I wanted to understand what his approach is and how it's different when you have your brother in versus other teams. And I brought up what Aaron Rodgers said from the jump. And look, I don't side with Aaron Rodgers on certain things these days, but I have been on his side on this from the moment he said it. They went to practice against the Texans. Chuck Pagano's brother was on the Texans staff. And Rodgers' complaint was that they milk-toasted, vanillaed up the offense because they were worried that old John was going to tell Chuck all the stuff they were running and share the film with his brother for the opener in Chicago. And Matt LaFleur yesterday, for what I think is the first time, acknowledged that they held a bunch of stuff back for that exact reason. Now, the following year, there was COVID. They didn't have a joint practice. The next year was Saleh taking them out to the deep water, and they didn't hold back at all because he knew he could trust Saleh. They were in each other's weddings. So Matt LaFleur was
trust
talking...
Shanahan until he's going to steal your quarterback.
Your girlfriend, yes. They haven't done any joint practices with them. But that was the point of that clip. That was not where we were planning on going. You're excited about the 50-yard line brawl that is being proposed between the LaFleur brothers?
What I don't understand is this, the milk toast and all this other stuff. There's nothing wrong with just running base stuff.
I think that's the idea, is to do the other stuff in a practice because you wouldn't otherwise against another team in a game.
You can do blitz pickups. You can go through and have this and say, all right, you're going to do this. You're going to play this group, and then you do what you want out of it. And if you want to show blitzes, great. We have to be ready for it. You don't have to show what you don't want to show. That doesn't mean you can't go out and execute. So that whole concept is just dumb. And I understand it. I know I think it was preseason game 1 against Pittsburgh where Gannon was letting some stuff loose and bringing guys. Yeah, coaches will say, well, that was their decision they wanted to do. I don't think McCarthy was crying about it. And if you're going to do joint practices, I don't want them tipping and showing, 4 or 5 different formations and things. You don't need to. This isn't about, you're executing all these things. This is about individual players and evaluating what you're doing offensively.
Then what other than the controlled environment, what's the benefit versus...
Because you're getting work against other guys. I'm all of a sudden pass protecting against guys that are going to be on the, from Arizona. I'm going to be running 92 blast. They know we're running 92 blast. Now, it's different guys. It's different fits. It's combination blocks. It's announcing your protection declarations. You can get a lot of great work done without it being exotic stuff. NFL isn't as exotic as everybody tries to act it is. And this whole, we don't want to show all this other stuff. Don't show it. There's plenty of football plays and schemes that you can run that you do that are base things that you can get out. You're going to have a blitz pickup. You're going to run your protections. They know what protections you're running. And if you have stuff you want to save, don't do it. They're not doing 100 plays, Jason. The ones are probably going to get 25 reps, maybe 30 at the most.
No, I think they're going to. I think their plan. I think both of the LaFleur brothers are planning on not playing their starters, so they want their starters to play a bunch in the joint practice.
In these joint practices. 35.
Right. I think they might get more than that. I think the plan is for more than that.
All right, I'm just calling bunk on the whole thing. Like, you can't get great work in because you have to hold stuff back. Baloney.
Well, this is what I understand that you disagree, but this is what, he literally said,
Jason,
that
Aaron didn't want to do joint
Wait
practices, so he's gonna go with what is happening.
So Matt LaFleur wants to run stuff he's going to run against the Vikings.
No, don't run it against the Vikings, or don't run it against the Cardinals.
Right, but I think what he was saying, I don't want to speak for Matt, but that he wants to run that stuff so they practice it against someone other than the Packers defense, and then they can use it against the Vikings because it doesn't show up on the NFL Network because they ran it in the game. And that's what I'm just telling you what he wants.
I understand
you disagree.
I understand. I just, yeah.
But he wants to be able to run it and see how it works against something other than Jonathan Gannon's defense. And when they did this, like, let's not forget, with the exception of COVID, they have done at least a joint practice with another team every single year. And the last 3 years, they had 2. One with one team on the road and one team in Green Bay. So he believes in these, and he wants to run his stuff. We can agree to disagree, like we did with the guy in Louisville. But, like, I understand what he's trying to accomplish. What is he trying to accomplish? He wants to not run the milquetoast, boring stuff against another team in a game, and he wants to run the real stuff in a practice so he can see how it looks before he runs it in a game that counts.
All right, go have at it. My point is you can get a lot of work done without showing what you're going to do against the Minnesota Vikings. A lot. And to act as if you can't, I completely fundamentally disagree. Now, if you're sitting there and you want to run coverages against, I don't think Justin Jefferson's on the Cardinals, right?
Maserati Marv is, though.
So you're going to show them, well, we're going to bracket this or we're going to do this. All right.
I think so.
Okay, great. Go ahead. I'm not going to sign off on the fact that you can say you can't get a ton of great work in without showing everything that you're doing. That, to me, is just erroneous. Now,
erroneous! That's because you watched Wedding Crashers yesterday.
If you want to, do all of these things that you're thinking, first off, you don't know what Minnesota's going to do anyways, and why would Arizona come in and do what Minnesota's going to do?
Yeah, I don't think it's about what they're doing. I think it's about
what is it about?
I don't think it's about Minnesota. It's about, like, doing a full dress rehearsal as best you can for what you want to be your actual offense and defense before the regular season when it counts. You got guys that are new to the defense, and you got new look offense with the receiver situation being what it is. And if you want Marshawn Lloyd to get like a real game situation, play calling,
is this
all
open
that.
to the fans tomorrow?
It is.
Mm-hmm. So what's to stop the Vikings from sending 2 scouts down to watch it?
Sportsmanship.
Sure. Okay.
Integrity.
And the signs that they have now, the folks in the red vests holding up red signs for when it's not allowed to film in the stands now.
Yeah.
Protect our plays, it says, and green ones that say, okay, it's okay to film now if you want from your little perch in the stands. I don't know what they're doing about meta glasses and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
it's tough to enforce.
It would seem to be. You should tell us about Jones Dairy Farm, so maybe we can get to the clip you actually wanted from Matt LaFleur.
Well, Jones Dairy Farm, family-owned and operated, 7 generations in Fort Atkinson, all the way back to 1889, and clean eating. They've had the original family recipe available in pork, chicken, and turkey, and none of the fillers, nitrates, all of that stuff people don't want. Jones Dairy's been doing that for years. They have the naturally smoked ham, Canadian bacon, dry-aged bacon, brown Schweiger, fully cooked meatballs. They got everything you're looking for. Find Jones products in grocery stores across Wisconsin. Check the website's product finder at jonesdairyfarm.com.
We will hear more from Matt LaFleur next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for the cold, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. Well, and I love cracking open a Coors Light. Baseball season, football season, basketball season, the holiday season, Wisconsin road construction season. Every season, there is nothing better than having a good time while enjoying an ice-cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process: cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue, so you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the cold, refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate every season responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight Solar now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Great baseball players are built in the offseason, and the work starts this fall. GRB Academy offers group training programs designed for serious players of all ages and skill levels. Build a stronger all-around game with position player training, develop your arm in the fall pitching program, or improve behind the plate with youth catching. Plus, take your swing to another level with offensive power development. Find the program that fits your goals and register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Get here early. The lot's only half full, the grill's just getting going, and football's already in the air. This is the part people miss the most. The hours before kickoff, just hanging out with your crew. And the beer in your hand? Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. 95 calories, just 2.6 grams of carbs. Real flavor that goes the distance, because a tailgate is a marathon, not a sprint. Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tauscher here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
So, Tausch, you're very close with your brothers. They have made great contributions to the show. They've also done the movie-themed headlines. And they are supportive of our show. You're supportive of them. We talk about them all the time. How many times do you guys rumble? Like, legit,
not.
like, fight?
Verbally still some, but physically it's been a long time.
Too many trips to MoMA if you get rumbling again?
Yeah. I'm not even sure how that would all shake out now, if I'm being honest.
So, Matt LaFleur and Mike LaFleur, who have shared Ray Nitschke Field before. Mike LaFleur was here while he was with the Jets under Bob Saleh. And obviously they've faced each other as coaches in games before, but not with both of them as a head coach, which obviously is now the case with Matt in his 8th year in Green Bay and Mike in his first year in Arizona. And I look, you know me, I love these stories. I was eating it up yesterday. I got a kick out of Matt LaFleur's joke about what his parents are going to wear. And I got a kick out of Matt talking about how Mike disagrees with, they were trying to plan the practice and discussing what drills to do. And Mike was disagreeing with everything. That was fun. But this got a lot of run. And here's a tease. I'm not sure I agree with why it got a lot of run. The discussion was about the fighting. Now, Jesse, you have the right clip here, right? I'm not setting up the same clip again to get bamboozled.
We are good this time. Yes.
You're 100%. You're 100%.
I never
sure.
give much 100% around. It was 97% right.
But let's play the clip, and then I'm going to tell you why I have a problem with it. Here's Matt LaFleur discussing his plan for the Fight Club at Ray-Nitschke Field.
If there is an issue in practice, and that we're not going to play everybody in the game in it, but if you don't get your work in, you're going to play in the game. And conversely, if you're somebody that needs that work to get those snaps so the whole world can see it, you're going to be limited or not at all playing in the game. And then the second part of that is if there's an issue, I'm going to tell the guys, hey, you come tag me in. They can tag in my brother, and we'll throw down on the 50. So,
a lot of fake laughing there. A lot of fake chuckles.
I think that was real laughing.
I don't think so.
That was real
I did
laughing?
not laugh. He got no courtesy laugh. All right, so funny, haha. Yeah, let's go. LaFleur on LaFleur on the field at the 50
with a J-Love by each one side.
Nice. Although their Love is dealing with an ankle injury, I think. Tausch, here's the issue that I had with that, because there was a pretty good melee yesterday. My favorite part of that was when Kamal Haddon and Jaden Reed decided to fake fight.
They didn't had him at hello, huh?
Yeah. But are you really going to make a starter play in the game if for some reason they get booted out of practice for fighting? Like a couple of years ago, Elton Jenkins got booted out of practice, I think in Cincinnati. And if you have a guy that Goody really needs to get a longer look at, but he gets booted out of practice, are you really going to withhold him from... Like, the whole idea of not playing your starters, Tausch, in the final preseason game is to keep them safe, and if Aaron Banks gets into a fight, you're going to make him play? Come on. He's not really going to do that, is he?
You as a parent know this.
Feels like an empty threat.
You make a lot of empty promises or a lot of empty threats, and do I think if Jordan Love gets in a fight, the second play of the scrimmage, and all of a sudden he's going to be out playing on Friday night? No, I don't. I don't believe that will be the case. And it just sounds funny that you're going to punish guys by having them play. So, I mean, I get it. The preseason is as meaningless now as it's ever been. That's how it's viewed. And they're showing you how that's viewed by what you just heard right there. But I don't know if I'm as up in arms about it as you are. I get it. Matt LaFleur's trying to have some fun. He's, I think, obviously excited for this week. I think this is awesome for his family. I think it's great that they can have the trust and respect that they're going to do this and do it the way that they want. And they're going to fight. They're going to be the competition's going to be fiery. I think that's great. As far as all that other stuff goes, I think you're trying to help dictate how this goes, because veteran players don't want to play in the preseason, and they're going to get their work in, and they're going to probably help police this entire operation so that none of this happens, and guys will get their work done and be done and then not have to play on a Friday night. So when you factor all of that in, I kind of understand where everybody's at. I see it. I think it's trying to be in fun and in jest. I don't think you take all of this, because there's no doubt guys are not going to play even if they get drummed. If your plan was to not play guys, you're not going to play.
Right, exactly. All right, we'll hear a few other of the Matt LaFleur highlights from yesterday. I do want to talk a little bit about the fight that was touched off by Baron Sorrell and Matthew Golden, because that was, we were just talking like a week ago with Xavier McKinney about, well, we're beyond that. We got too much work to do. We're not fighting. And then yesterday was one of the bigger melees I've seen in a while. I mean, it went for a while, and Lucas Van Ness threw a punch. I believe the intended target was Aaron Banks, so we'll get into that. And we've got some other stuff as we get ready for Packers-Cardinals and the end of the preseason. Final cuts again slated for 5 p.m. is the deadline on Sunday evening. Want to tell you again, though, about Associated Bank. And yes, they're the bank of the Packers. Packers season is right around the corner, and I guarantee you we'll be talking about all the cool stuff you can do with your Packers checking account at Associated Bank. Badgers season is right around the corner. They're going to be at Lambeau Field before you know it, and they've got some great things going on with their Badgers checking. But the Brewers season is in full swing. What did you say, Jesse? They're 81-50?
Yeah, 5.5
So they could
up.
lose their final 31 games and still be at 500.
That is correct, yep.
They're not going to do that.
Amazing, man. That's absolutely
Win tonight, they're going to
amazing.
finish above 500. Yep.
Has it ever been a 3-time manager of the year? Like a trifecta? Has that ever
Who's
happened?
had their job security questioned?
We about to have a conversation about a guy winning 3 straight.
To be honest with you, I don't know who else in the National League is even in the running for it. It seems like he might win it again.
What do you mean? It seems like if they win with the best record again, how on earth are you not giving it to him again?
Yeah.
Best thing Craig Counsell ever did for Jesse. And of course, Associated Bank is always in the running for all the great awards for customer service because they have such great customer service, including with their Brewers checking. Whether it's 20% off the team store, 50% off select game tickets, savings on the Racing Sausages 5K and 10K registration, or the Brewers Baseball Academy registration, and of course everybody's favorite perk that comes with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. You get to enter the Associated Bank gate at AmFam Field, and you get in sooner. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Molly Brown here, and if you need room for everything life throws your way, meet the 2026 Kia Carnival at Metro Kia of Madison. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% APR financing for up to 48 months on a new 26 Carnival using Kia Finance. That's just $21.65 per month for every $1,000 financed for 48 months with no down payment required. Offer ends August 31st and is subject to credit approval, vehicle availability, and dealer participation. See Metro Kia for complete details.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buckin' Honeys. We'll see you there.
Bo here from Ridgetop Exteriors. Southern Wisconsin got hit hard with hail recently. If your home took a beating, now's the time to take action. We've been delivering top quality roofing, siding, and window services locally for over 23 years. With free damage assessments and insurance experts on staff, we've been your licensed, local, and trusted contractor since day one. Don't wait until small damage becomes a big problem. Turn to Ridgetop Exteriors today. RidgetopExteriors.com. That's RidgetopExteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the New York Mets.
And Jake, a fly ball to center. Harris is back. Harris at the track, looking up. It is gone! Jake Bauers!
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on. Tausch, you doing okay over there?
Doing good. Yeah, why?
I don't know. I felt like I kind of twisted your arm into that conversation. You got something you want to talk about instead?
Conversation? Well, what I teased a while ago, and we'll pay it off right here, is the fake chuckle that y'all gave LaFleur with the fight. Like, first off, I think, is anybody really thinking that Matt LaFleur wants to fight?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
For certain, not his brother on the 50-yard line. But what I do think, and this is something, after I heard it, I'm thinking, all right, they have already planned something. What is it going to be? I think both teams will love to see their head football coaches, who are brothers, compete in something. Whether it's for sprints after practice or dinner or whatever it might be. It ain't going to be any, let's go throw fists, like, get out of here. I don't know Mike LaFleur at all. I can't imagine Mike is going to be a fist-throwing,
fool,
nunchucking. Like, I just don't see any of that happening. What are they going to compete in? On the field where both teams, there's nothing brings more juice to a practice than an O-line catching a touchdown pass or a position, catching punts. Like, you want to bring juice? Do something a little fish out of watery type of deal. And both coaches doing something football-related, if it's golf, if it's something that they're not going to blow an Achilles out, players will chomp to see this. What is it going to be? What will those two compete in? Because they're going to compete in something. He threw you that breadcrumb yesterday. What is it going to be? And what juice is that? Because that will bring a ton of juice and laughs and fun, be a great way to finish up camp. What are they going to do?
Yeah, I don't know, because Matt LaFleur
ain't interested in getting in a wrestling match with Mike LaFleur on it. Like, that ain't going to happen.
I know, but
James Campen and Jethro Franklin did like an O-line, D-line, and we loved it. We ate that up like slop. Oh, give us more. We like it when coaches are doing some stuff. Coaches know that. Matt LaFleur knows that. He knows he's got a great opportunity on his home turf to beat his brother in something. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a throwing the ball into the trash can?
That's what I thought of first.
Or throwing it into nets, or if they bring golf clubs out and they do a chipping. I don't know what it's going to be, but they got to do something. Now, he has put himself to the point where something has to be done. It can't just be a ho-hum practice and everybody go over and grab a bite. They got to do something tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm looking forward to hearing about it.
I don't want to treat Matt LaFleur like I treat Marshawn Lloyd, but he might be the most injury-prone head coach in the league. He ruptured his Achilles playing pickup basketball early in his tenure. He tore his pec weightlifting. I think he suffered some sort of injury when he was like water skiing. Like he I don't know, Jim. Like you don't want to be.
I'm not saying he should be sprinting 40. Were you on the team? I'm saying they need to do something competitive.
Sure, but he's got to choose wisely. This is a great idea. Were you on the team the year that Alvarez broke his leg or had knee surgery?
No, he had his knee replaced.
And like he had a coach from the press box.
Don't you be ambushing him, Jelly? I heard you.
We got to get to that now.
Jelly's the big ambusher now.
The big ambusher.
Put that on your LinkedIn. Ambush Alvarez, Monday, 7:30 p.m.
on the Jesse Nelson Show. I'm just saying, and I am saying, so I'm not violating.
Put a $5 in. Oh, okay. You are.
I'm just saying he needs to be careful out there. So choose wisely.
What do we want to see? As players, we want to see
field goals.
We want to see them both sweat a little bit. We want to see them get into it a little bit. Players want to see it.
Pickleball.
Look, I
take him to the pickler.
What if the pickler would be great? I think that'd be a fantastic idea.
LaFleur versus LaFleur.
Matt and his whole family have a membership. They can go over. That'd be great.
Yep.
But I think it's got to be captured on the field after practice.
My personal.
So what if Matt gets to pick one of his wideouts, and then Mike gets to do it, and they have a competition of 5 throws that they have to complete to their guys.
That's like what they do at halftime with the high school kids at Lambeau. Yeah,
they could do a punt, pass, and kick, but I think both of them probably fancy themselves quarterbacks. I don't know Mike. Matt for sure thinks he's a quarterback. He's got a little Harbaugh in him in that regard. So then you say, all right, I want Golden versus their wideout. We got to see who wins. And everybody will be jacked up. And you got to complete, 3 out of 5, whatever it might be. That could be fun. Get some of your team involved.
So Mike LaFleur was a quarterback.
Who would Matt LaFleur pick as his old lineman if he had to avoid a rush? Would it be Jordan Morgan versus his pass rush guy? Arizona's.
Can we reinstitute the Jason go-ahead policy so I know when I'm supposed to talk today?
The floor is yours.
No, request denied.
So Mike LaFleur was a quarterback for 3 seasons at Elmhurst College.
Yeah, I said that I think they both fancy themselves QBs.
And then he moved over to safety for his final season of college football. What I was trying to mention, and what I enjoyed the most early in my career, when I would go to a training camp practice and Mike Sherman or Mike McCarthy would do this, because I have not seen this. This is some of the fun of training camp that we no longer see, was when the big guys, offensive, defensive linemen usually, but not always, would try to kick a field goal, or when they got the jugs machine out. And I believe
I caught a punt, no problem. No problem. Simple. I don't think that's what those guys do. They got to do something quarterback related. Go ahead, Jason. Don't be such a baby.
I was setting up the fact that the only one that I saw that actually caught it with their gloves on as an offensive lineman was you.
Yep.
But he couldn't let me get there. You ever feel like you got to get away? I do.
No, I feel good.
No, well, I do.
Fresh. I'm refreshed.
And I don't need to jump on an airplane.
Well, a good thing, because Lord knows you're not going to do that.
I'm definitely not getting on a cruise ship. But I am headed to Potawatomi Casino Hotel on Thursday.
I actually see Jason as a cruise ship guy. Don't you think Jason would be a cruise ship guy?
No.
Why not?
No. Way too many people in a close space.
He says he loves people.
Being at sea.
He loves being around people.
I do enjoy being around people.
No.
I don't want to be on a ship.
Tight quarters.
Quarters are tight.
No Wi-Fi unless you buy it.
What if the LaFleurs had a poker showdown at Potawatomi?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Or they just do a fantasy football draft like we are at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on Thursday night, but you don't have to even be participating in that to have a great time at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Their hotel rooms are the biggest in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big, and you're just steps away from all the fun stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry like I am, you've got so many options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, place I haven't tried yet, the only one, Ruyi Asian Kitchen. I want to see if I can get over there on Thursday. Maybe get down there a little bit early before things kick off at the fantasy draft. And they've got the Cream City Coffee Company as well. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Will Tucker Kraft be the NFL's highest paid tight end?
If and when it does get done, my prediction is that number will start with a 2, and that will help reset the tight end market.
Your home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Mark Tauscher here for Olsen Toon. Whether it's judging a rookie in his first minicamp, coach in his first season at a new job, or with many other facets of life outside of sports, first impressions matter. Your outdoor space is often the first thing people see, meaning it's the first impression they get of your home or business. Well, since 1997, Olsen Toon has been helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain beautiful outdoor spaces. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and year-round maintenance, they're your team for everything outdoors. If you're ready to elevate your property, contact Olsen Toon today and learn more at olsentoon.com. Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olsen Toon difference.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Steinhoffels Labor Day sale and save up to 30% on furniture and home decor. Plus, get a free 65 or 85-inch TV with a qualifying purchase. Shop now in-store or online. I asked Badgers defensive coordinator Mike Tressel on Friday how he can tell if his unit is ready for Saturdays. And his answer? He can hear it.
I think volume is an indication of confidence, because I know when they are 100 miles per hour, knowing exactly what to do, they communicate like crazy. So those are the indicators. I think a loud defense is an indication of a confident defense, which is when you play fast. And we all can notice if you give up a play and everybody gets silent out there. I do not feel like we've been doing that.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family. They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
As we discussed earlier with your great relationship with your brothers, how much of being a brother is given your brother for FCC compliant purposes grief as much as you can?
So I think there's stages that you go through. Obviously, as kids, it's, you're scrapping, you're fighting, you're competing, and then I think there comes a point in everybody where you're just wishing great things. And everything goes through those cycles. I think for us, it probably, especially from, I think by the time we started playing sports, in high school, that's when all of the support was pouring in, and then continued on. I think the part leading up, the adolescent part of it was, let's kill each other.
So Matt LaFleur was asked a myriad of questions yesterday about his brother Mike. And Jesse and I agree on this. This was, I thought, one of his best answers, talking about his relationship and how proud he is of his brother getting this opportunity, that they are now both NFL head coaches. Here's Matt LaFleur yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty special. But at the end of the day, we're just looking to try to get good work, both sides. Certainly always going to prioritize the Green Bay Packers, but if there is another team in the National Football League that I'll be rooting for, it will be the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, and obviously no blank, right? He's your brother. But it's still like the Harbaughs, the LaFleurs. There's actually going to be another set of brothers on the field tomorrow, the Max and Bo Melton brother show. So there's just something different about that, and I just thought it was really neat. Mike did not. I watched his press conference this morning from yesterday. He didn't lean into it as much. I thought it was a little bit unnecessary to take a shot at Green Bay, and he tried to beep, 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 back that up after he did. But there's going to be a lot of people at practice. What else is there to do in Green Bay? Good one. He got some courtesy laughs from the Arizona.
Oh, snap.
Folks.
But it really bothers you when people say that. Michelle Tafoya and Mike LaFleur both saying that.
Nah, you know what that tells me? That means Matt has told Mike there's nothing to do in Green Bay.
Well, you are a pot stirrer.
That's yeah. Where else would he get it from?
Well, he
every
spent
national media outlet.
Yeah, and he spent a pretty good chunk of his off season. He and his wife and their kids came to Green Bay, and they spent time with Matt and Bree and their kids. So he was here for quite a while. He knows that's an applause line.
If you're the LaFleur's parents, what are their names?
Denny and Christy.
Denny and Christy. You have to go down and get a spot in Arizona then too.
I would think so, and
You
Mike
can't
has to
just
pay
have-
for it the way Matt paid for their place at Titletown.
How do you know that Matt paid for?
He told us.
I don't think
He
you
was-
should be telling that.
I shouldn't, or he should.
No, I don't think he. I mean, just say, "Oh, it's great that my parents moved up next." Right?
Well, so I believe that someone asked him when it was going to be. I think it was the Rams when they faced each other, and Mike had made some sort of comment about how he was their favorite son. I'm my mom's favorite, and then I think Matt's retort was, "Okay, I'm not sure that's true. I mean, who's the one who bought them a new place to live?" I think that's how that played out.
These two should do like a little documentary.
podcast.
No, a documentary. I don't think they should do a podcast. A little documentary. This would have been a fun little doc to watch.
LaFleur is yours.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I like that.
Speaking of brothers.
So what do you want these guys doing? What do we want them doing? They have to do something. They gotta.
You're really hot on this,
Isn't
aren't
it throwing the ball into the buckets? 25 yards.
Or kicking field goals.
No. What is that going to do? Get two average athletes.
What is throwing
kicking field
balls into a bucket?
Because they both think they both think they could play in the NFL quarterback. I do believe that. They should. They probably both believe if they would have caught a break, they could have. And now that they got a coach, and they're coaching their teams, and to have them out there, everybody hooting and hollering, getting that ball thrown in that bucket, I think that could be super fun.
I think a punt, pass, and kick.
That would be fun too.
Like they were kids. Punt, pass, and kick.
I like that too. All right, I'm on board with a punt, pass, and kick. Love it.
Speaking
What's the
of
punishment then? What do you do for a punishment if the Packers lose? What do they got to do? Cook steaks for the Cardinals and have them be waiters? Like LaFleur throws a big. If I'm LaFleur, I know his folks got that place over in Titletown. You rent that whole place out, have both teams. You do a big old cookout. You have whoever loses has to serve, like bring steaks out and they get to eat first. And everybody's got a little skin in the game. I like it. Tell me something better.
The only thing better would be having the brothers from Outdoor Living Unlimited redesign your backyard space.
Oh, we are excited about that. Sarah and I, we have picked Outdoor Living Unlimited. Aaron and Eric, brothers and owners of Outdoor Living Unlimited. They're the right guys to work with for us. We share the same hardworking values and love the fact that Outdoor Living Unlimited is family-owned and locally operated. In their showroom on Stoughton Road here in Madison, must see. Looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, or more, Outdoor Living Unlimited. It is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space. Check them out, OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
If there's anything I've learned about playing football in the trenches, it's that confidence is built through scheme and details. It's not much different with your money. If you lack confidence, take some time to sit with Annex Wealth Management and walk through your plan. Annex helps you think of more than investments. Their team considers things like retirement, taxes, even that company stock you have but don't know what to do with. Looking to build confidence with your money? Well, give Annex Wealth a call or visit annexwealth.com.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Milwaukee Brewers 81-50, 5.5 games up on the Chicago Cubs for the top spot in the NL Central, and a game up on the Dodgers for the best record in the National League. Brewers continue a road trip. Well, actually, they're starting a road trip technically because Sunday's game in Williamsport was a home game. Brewers and the Mets tonight, 6:10 first pitch on the road for the Crew. Pregame coverage starts at 5:35 right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Kyle Harrison gets the nod on the mound for Milwaukee. Meanwhile, up in Green Bay, the Packers getting set to play host to Mike LaFleur's Arizona Cardinals for a big joint practice going on in Titletown tomorrow. Of course, that's all leading up to Friday night's preseason finale and the first game of the 2026 campaign at Lambeau Field. Tomorrow, make sure you dialed in here to Wilde and Tausch. Jason Wilde hosting the show live in Green Bay as joint practice does get underway for the Packers and Cardinals. And did you miss the Barry Alvarez Show last night? You may hear some of it coming up next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now.
I just popped out, was talking to Riley Auk, who's doing a great job. Saw him over at practice on Sunday. Doing a great job covering the Wisconsin Badgers. Obviously, he produces Molly and Jim.
That's correct.
Getting there.
Crushing it.
You know, in sports talk, there's sometimes there's great debate topics. And then there's sometimes it just, you don't
Shine on sports!
You don't need to debate things. There's some things that are, I don't care how crazy you are, you're going to say, yeah, there's no room for debate. And I don't know if he's going to post this or not, but they're like, when was the golden era for Wisconsin Badgers football?
Oh, my God. Yeah, did you hear him?
No, and I'm sitting there like, what the hell are you talking about? It's fairly easy. It's 93 to 99, 2000. 3 Rose Bowl championships, turning the program, the height of Barry, everything. Ron Dane, the whole bit. And I'm not saying it just because I was part of those teams.
No.
It's common sense.
It's obvious.
They're like, well, I don't know. Paul Chris there was pretty good. I'm like, sometimes you don't have to overthink things. This is one of those times. Don't make everything into... I love turning things into topics. That's one of my favorite. That's why I love doing this show. That ain't it. Can anybody tell me where on earth he'd come up with that?
Because they were 12-0 and on the cusp of reaching the college football playoff and potentially winning a national championship in 2017.
Okay, how'd that all go? If they win a national championship, yeah, I'm sign me up. I get it, but even then,
yeah,
it's still tricky. But yeah, all of a sudden that argument is in play.
You could even make the argument if you were going to do this, which you shouldn't. Let me correct that. If you were going to do this, some of those Bielema teams with the NFL talent that was on them, with J.J. Watt and Monte Ball and Melvin Gordon, like you'd have a better argument that some of those teams were the most talented teams in Wisconsin football history. So if you want to go there, like, sure. I don't think the Paul Chryst era matches talent or team success.
It's a real tough argument to make. I'll be interested. I'm not sure if they're doing that on the jumper. I don't know. I'll be curious to hear their arguments, and then I could just text them and say...
They had a lot of success in that. By the way, Paul Chryst had a lot of success.
Oh, he did?
It just doesn't compare to the golden age of the Barry Alvarez.
Golden age is the golden age.
Right. That,
come
just
on.
want to clarify.
All right. The floor is yours, Jason.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's turn the floor over to Jesse, who hosted, according to his LinkedIn profile, the Barry Alvarez Show yesterday. And,
what a big ambusher.
And I'm told ambushed the old ball coach.
All right, so there's 2 clips I want to play for you guys from yesterday's show. Season premiere. You can find the full thing available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Who hosts that show again?
Tarek Saleh and Derek Engler, Rose Bowl champions, and the longest tenured hosts of ESPN Madison.
That is true.
Season 22, I think it is for
Good
them.
Karma Sports. Good Karma Sports.
Yeah. All right, so I asked Barry Alvarez. We played my clip of saying that Wisconsin can beat Notre Dame and got his reactions to that. And then I also
do we have that coming up?
And then I also ambushed him with
just for the
another
people
question.
not watching. You put that in air quotes.
I did, yeah. So which would you like to hear first, Tausch?
Let's hear his response to the beating Notre Dame. Or you're not saying, but you're not saying whatever that is.
All right, so here we go. This is after we played my clip where Wisconsin can beat Notre Dame. Here's what Barry Alvarez said yesterday.
Anybody going into a game, particularly a first game, you have to feel that you have an opportunity to win. And everybody goes in playing a defending national champ or the current number one. And that's up to the coaches to get them to the point that they can believe they can win, because there's somebody on your team that maybe doesn't think that. It might be a handful of guys. Oh, man, and if you don't have everyone on your team to believe that they can win, there'll come a point when one of them has a chance to make a play and they short circuit a little bit because they don't think they're supposed to win. Those are
ring any bells, Tausch? Does that ever happen to you?
There is, and one of the things that Barry Alvarez was great at is getting guys to believe. And part of that is he didn't – I'm not going to give my Alvarez voice. I already kind of done that. He didn't blow smoke up your you-know-what. And you can go back to those meetings when he first got there, and guys would get up in front of the room and say, we're going to win the Big Ten. We're going to do this. And Barry shut him down right now, because you have to say things that the players believe. Players aren't idiots. I know people think that we're idiots. We're not idiots. You can get people to believe things. The job of a coach is to get people to believe things they didn't think that was possible for them. And they get pushed to do things that they didn't think they could do. That's the beauty of sports. Barry Alvarez was fantastic because he got us to believe because we put the work in. And he wanted to see the work get paid off. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we were just at a little get-together last week, and we were reminiscing about, some of my favorite anecdotes of his. I mean, Brad Childress has got a ton of anecdotes, so does Coach. And him always telling us, Lloyd Carr called, they can't practice this week because we beat the blank out of him. And now Michigan beat us, but we heard that. I don't know if he talked to Lloyd Carr on the phone. It didn't matter. We believed it. And we knew we had to get our butts back out to work because we just punished somebody. We were punished, but we had to do it again because that was our only formula to do it. And we bought into that. That's what we became. That's how we won. And when he says it's the coach's job to get guys to believe, he's 100% right. Guys are confident, but so is the other team. And understanding your formula. And the coach is getting all of his coach, because it can't just be the head football coach. It's got to be his position coaches. They have to get the confidence in every room to buy in, and then it all comes together when the head coach comes together. And he was I would say, of everything he did, is setting his foundation, having everything. That's why he's the legend that he is. Mm-hmm. Because there wasn't a year that went by we didn't think we were going to win. And we thought it because we put the work in. And we believed it. And he knew that. And then it was up to him to come up with different anecdotes and different reasons to kind of bring everything together. And he was fantastic at doing that.
So, Jesse, do you believe even more?
We're going to kick Joe Paterno. Joe Paterno, you blank man. And we took it like, yeah, we're going to kick Joe Paterno's blank. Blank Joe, Penn State, the jerseys, the helmets, blank. We're tougher and more physical, and we're going to kick their butts. And whether or not it happened or not, sometimes it didn't, but we believe we were going to.
It only works if you are a good coach, though, who has a good game plan prepared where you feel like your team can be competitive.
If you notice, he wasn't doing that. It wasn't every week. He wasn't doing that when we play Rutgers. I didn't play Rutgers back then, but you get my drift. It wasn't every week. You have to pick your spots. It can't become white noise. It's got to be, this is how we handle our business. And if you're doing it 12 games a year, you're blanked. It has to be selective. Because, and especially now, the job has gotten more difficult. You could propagandize young people back then. It's a lot tougher to do that now. By the way, we wanted to buy in. Give us something to buy into. And, man, it's a powerful thing when you get 120 guys to buy into something. Now, you got a lot of guys with a lot of different motivations. And the job of getting people to buy in, especially when you're talking about, well, we might pick this tight end up if Cleveland cuts this kid, we might bring him in. That's tough. A lot tougher to get people to buy in when they're looking over their shoulder saying, we're going to get this kid from San Diego. He's a pretty good player. He ain't going to make their 53. He's coming to make our 105.
Just one quick point of clarification. You did say you weren't going to do Barry Alvarez voice, right? And you just love it so much.
It's fun.
You can't help yourself.
No, it's fun.
And it's good. It's pretty good. Jesse, we don't need Tausch's voice for this one because we have Barry's. You ambushed him.
That's what he says. Something happened last night.
Did you ask the question that I told you to ask?
I did later on in the show, yeah.
Okay.
And then Derek answered first, and by the time Barry got his turn, the conversation had spun to something else. So it was a great question.
Olive oil?
Pretty much. Something happened last night for the first time in my tenure hosting the Barry Alvarez Show.
He gave you a stern look.
Did he scold you?
10 years you've been hosting?
You haven't been hosting that show 10 years.
In my tenure.
Oh, you said 10 years.
Which extends about 13 months now that I've been hosting this show. For the first time, he said, I don't want to answer this question. And then he proceeded to kind of not answer the question, but by doing so, completely answered the question.
Do we have to find him?
We're going to find out. Here's what I asked Barry as we close the chapter on the Chris McIntosh tenure as the director of athletics at Wisconsin. We talked about what happened over the summer, and so we put a bow on the Mac tenure, and now everything's moving forward from this point on. But here is our back and forth last night and how that went.
Things that I made.
That's the wrong clip. Let's do.
You really got to get off LinkedIn.
There's too much LinkedIn.
Well, it's not okay. So we got all these Teams calls going on today, and someone's logged into their Teams on this computer, and it's going boop, boop, there's all these things popping up. So I got rattled.
Did Barry ever talk to you about taking accountability for yourself and not blaming others?
No.
Oh, he should.
No, he has not.
He should have that conversation. It is time to have that conversation with you.
Time you guys play roulette.
Here's how our interaction went about Mac last night. Coach, I guess before we move forward, and believe me, I think everybody with Wisconsin wants to move forward and see what's in store here coming up, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, Mac was the guy who took over for a year, and so now you look back on his tenure as the director of athletics, taking over after you had stepped down in 21. How do you think that will ultimately be viewed in the long term for fans of the Wisconsin Badgers?
You know what? You ambushed me with that.
It took me.
I don't know. I think
6 minutes here into the
everyone
new year.
has to take a look at it yourself and see what you think. What did he bring to the table? Did he add anything? Did he take anything away? Are we better or are we worse? You decide that. I'm not exactly sure, but you can take a look at the facts and see what happened when he was here, where we were before that, and then where he leaves us. So, and I don't have anything in front of me, so that's what I'll leave you. You decide. I have my own opinion. I don't care to share that publicly. But I know this. I have confidence in Sean, and I'm confident that Sean will do a great job.
That may be the most telling non-answer in the history of non-answers in Wisconsin sports.
Jason, give us your breakdown.
Man, I really blanked up that hire.
Jesse, is that how you interpreted it?
Not exactly. Not exactly that.
That's me. That for those that didn't get that reference, that is from the 2000 draft. Ron Wolf at minicamp, before the legend of Mark Tauscher began, he had a draft classmate named Joey Jamison, who was drafted. He was 5'6". He was maybe 5'7". He was a return specialist. He was drafted in the 5th round, higher than Tausch. And he was drafted to be their punt returner, and he couldn't catch a punt. And Ron Wolf was standing with me, and I think it was Tom Silverstein and Pete Doherty. And he just turned to us and said, well, I effed up that pick. Look, Barry Alvarez does not want to say how he feels the Mac tenure went. And look, I don't love the fact that because of the way it went, we're going to kick a guy after he's gone. But it did not go well, and that's what he didn't want to say. I was really disappointed in my hand-picked successor and how things went after I turned the reins over to him. That's what he was saying. Pretty easy to interpret.
The ambush line was hilarious. That was good.
The ambush line was great.
Did you feel like you were ambushing him? Because I don't think that was an ambush.
I thought I set him up pretty well with that question. So, and no, I don't think it was an ambush, but I appreciate him. Again, I think I said it in the clip.
Can we rename the show Ambushing with Alvy?
Ambush Alvarez.
That's kind of a catchy little title.
I ambushed him. I thought what he said, and more importantly, what he didn't say, said everything we needed to know about where things stand. And I think we're all on the same page. We close that chapter, we move on to the next thing, and we try and get this thing turned around. And that's already what's happening over the last couple of months. And we see how much reinvigorated it feels like the campus is and the people around it and the football team. It just feels different heading into this season. And you look at what's different and you might be able to draw some correlations. The end.
Finn.
Tausch, go ahead about Annex
Wealth
Management.
$1 million. That's what a recent report in Investopedia says a typical retired couple would need to retire comfortably. $1.16 million was the number for an average retiree anywhere in the U.S., and that study broke it down by state. Wisconsin it's about $952,000. Florida, close to that average, around 1.1. For some of you out there, you're thinking, I'm probably in line, headed in the right direction. Some of you are thinking, boy, I better hunker down and get my plan in motion. Wherever you are, it's a good time to start taking your plan and the details of your current situation seriously and taking it over to the great team at Annex. I sat down with them. They show you the steps that you go through. They try to figure out all the tax planning, investing, everything that you're looking to do. Annex Wealth Management can help you. Give them a call. Visit annexwealth.com, click the Get Started button. Let them talk you through where you are and where you're headed.
Let's play some trivia, shall we? Jesse, it's Tuesday. You did the Jesse Nelson Show featuring Barry Alvarez, Tarek Saleh, and Derek Engler. I can only assume it's a Badgers Trivia Tuesday.
It is indeed a Badgers Trivia Tuesday. Wisconsin is, Tausch doesn't know things like this, but the rest of us may know, a 20.5-point underdog against Notre Dame.
But they can win.
They can win. There's a blueprint to win. So how about caller 20?
And a half.
Just 20. Half a caller. That's not going to work so good.
I would tend to agree. Caller 20 plays trivia, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Fall is right around the corner, and we've got something new to celebrate this season. You already know and love our apple flavor. In fact, you love it so much, we're giving it a package all its own. Introducing the new Apple 4-Pack, the same crisp apple flavor you can't get enough of. Now in a convenient 4-pack that's perfect for sharing, stocking up, or enjoying all season long. This fall, grab the new Apple 4-Pack from Carbless. Go to drinkcarbless.com and find it near you.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, with my brother and business partner, Aaron Brown.
Siding Unlimited has grown into Wisconsin's best local remodeling company and proven by our long list of awards, highlighted by our 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is express entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Molly and Jim. If you haven't checked out the MedSpa Carbon World Health, you should. They offer a variety of services designed to help you look and feel your best, from hydrofacials and skincare treatments to personalized options based on what's right for you. I get my hydrofacials done there every single month, and I love the experience, but that's just one of the many things Carbon has to offer. Whether you're ready to refresh your skin or explore what their MedSpa can do for you, start at carbonworldhealth.com and book your appointment today.
Some of the nation's top pitmasters are coming to Paola this fall for the Sugar River Fire and Smoke Barbecue Festival. Featuring legendary pitmaster Rodney Scott from Netflix's Chef's Table, Michelle Wallace from Bravo's Top Chef Wisconsin, and Allie Clem, the first woman pitmaster to earn a Michelin star. Plus your favorite local barbecue masters, live music, and mouth-watering demos from the area's top chefs and restaurants. September 19th and 20th in Paola. Tickets are on sale now at fireandsmokebarbecuefestival.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Thinking earlier today, you know what I haven't had for a while for lunch? Cousin subs. I'm going to get a cousin sub. There's one right by my house. But before I can do that, I have to finish the show, and we have to play trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. National Sandwich Month is here. Cousins Club members earn exclusive rewards throughout August. Join now by downloading the Cousin Subs app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Let's welcome in our... Is this a typo? Like, is this supposed to say, like, John and Holman or something?
No.
John at home?
Yeah, I said, what's your name? Where are you calling from? John, I'm at home.
Right,
all right.
But where is your home?
Well, I asked him that offer. I don't know if he wants to disclose
He
that.
doesn't have to disclose.
You can
where he
ask
lives.
John.
As long as he's in the state,
yeah,
though, right? Doesn't that matter?
He is a Wisconsin resident. If he would like to tell you where home is, that's fine. But otherwise, he's John at home.
Did we go over this before? But if someone is a Wisconsin resident but lives in Croatia, are they eligible to win the Cousin Subs?
Well,
they're calling from Croatia. You have to send it to Split.
As long as there is a Wisconsin
address
that they live at that is verified, so that they can, like that's all.
What if it's a P.O. box?
I don't know.
Okay.
This is all John's fault. John, good morning. How are you?
I am doing very well. How are you?
Where is your home located?
I am in McFarland.
We love McFarland. Go
Why
Spartans.
don't you just bully John? John didn't want to say.
He
Why
clearly
did you bully
did not
him?
want to tell you.
Why do you
ambush John.
Let
I
John
didn't ask
do
him
John's
for his
things.
address.
The big ambusher.
I didn't ask him for
He
his...
is a big ambusher.
I didn't ask him for his social security number or how much his annual salary is. I just want to know where he was. We like to give shout-outs to all of our great Wisconsin towns and cities. And McFarland is one of them. Love McFarland. Covered plenty of Spartans games during my time covering preps. So let's go Spartans. And let's go John. John, question
Amen.
number one, as you sit at home, is this. Which of these Wisconsin sports coaches was also at Notre Dame at the same time Barry Alvarez was the defensive coordinator for the national champion Fighting Irish? Was it Pat Murphy, Mike Holmgren, or Paul Touchdown Jesus Christ?
Let's go Holmgren.
Yeah, toughie.
Wait, was Pat Murphy a student?
No.
Okay.
They had offices next to each other. Barry talked about this last year when the Brewers were on their playoff run. He had an office right next to Murph's baseball coach.
And Paul Touchdown Jesus Christ was well played.
And that's where Council went to play at Notre Dame. That's where he met Murphy. That's how Murphy became his bench coach when he became the manager. Now they're still friends, but I like to think arch nemesis.
All right, let's bounce back, John. Question 2. Which of these Big Ten rivals is not on Wisconsin's 2026 football schedule? Okay. Which one of these is not on the Badgers football schedule for 2026? Is it Iowa, Nebraska, or Minnesota?
Minnesota's always there, so let's go Nebraska.
There we go. There we go. 1 for 2, John. Question 3 is this.
Iowa on Halloween, by the way, at Kinnick.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one.
What are you going to dress up as in the press box?
I don't know. I'll let Jesse, when he comes up with his LinkedIn idea, we'll figure it out.
All right, John, question 3. Which player led the Badgers with 363 rushing yards during the 2025 college football season? The Badgers' leading rusher had 363 rushing yards last year?
Seems high. I don't remember anyone really popping for that much.
Melvin Gordon and I'm guessing Monte
The golden era of Badger football.
Era. And Ron Dane, I feel like they all had a game of 363 yards in one day.
Melvin Gordon had 408 in a single game. Yep.
In 3 quarters.
In 3 quarters. He ran for more than Wisconsin's leading rusher last season, yes.
Okay, so who was the Badgers' leading rusher last season with a whopping 363 rushing yards on the season? Was it Tretch Kakahuna, Darian Dupree, or Carter Smith?
Well, I would have to go with Mr. Dupree.
You, me, and Dupree is correct. The rare first one wrong, last 2 right for John at home in McFarland. John, you got 2 out of 3.
My wife calls me unconventional.
You are unconventional, and you are going to have 3 of the possible 4 entries into Friday's drawing. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate your loyalty to the show. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch trivia. Now, Jesse, we've got the Tournament of Champions later this week. We're in the semis, right?
Correct. We are down to 2 semifinals, and the winners will square off in the championship. That's what we have.
It's big.
Yeah, we are getting down to it here in our Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions.
Final 4.
And I am happy to share, I confirmed everyone as of yesterday. So our first semifinal will be on Thursday of this week. Our next semifinal will be on Monday of next week. And then the championship round next Thursday. We'll close it down.
Big.
So that'll be
if true.
That'll be the culmination of our summer-long celebration of our Wilde and Tausch 10th anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels. Getting down to the final moments here, including in our Tournament of Champions. Tucker and Wausau against Coach Aaron Mack in one semifinal. Mailman Matt against Dan in Brothertown in the other one. That's a good Final 4 that we've put together here.
And the trivia contest, of course, is presented by Events by Design. Now, unless you're driving, like if you're John at home, I want you to close your eyes. Imagine hosting an event where you don't have to check your phone or put out a single fire. The curated music, the immersive lighting, the welcoming atmosphere. Everything comes together seamlessly. Guests are smiling, conversations are flowing, and you're not worried about what's happening behind the scenes. Events by Design will handle the planning, the production, and every detail that will make your next event unforgettable. So you can focus on your guests instead of your to-do list. Get started today. Just search online, Events by Design. That's Events by Design. They design, you party. We'll party with Jesse for Whoa Nelly. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
If there's anything I've learned about playing football in the trenches, it's that confidence is built through scheme and details. It's not much different with your money. If you lack confidence, take some time to sit with Annex Wealth Management and walk through your plan. Annex helps you think of more than investments. Their team considers things like retirement, taxes, even that company stock you have but don't know what to do with. Looking to build confidence with your money? Well, give Annex Wealth a call or visit AnnexWealth.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
I love the group. I love the guys we got. We've been together for a couple years now. It's not our first rodeo together.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
You're talking about practice situations.
That's the mindset. That's the goal for us, is to be able to go out there and finish.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
It was a big win for the Green Bay Packers in preseason game number 2 on Friday, topping the Denver Broncos on the road 33-13. Once again, the story was rookie kicker Trey Smack, who was a perfect 7 for 7 on kicks, including 4 for 4 on field goals, 2 of which were over 50 yards. Smack is the only kicker on the Packers roster this preseason, so he will be the kicker come week 1. But as we know with rookie kickers in Green Bay over the course of the last few seasons, success isn't guaranteed, but this certainly an encouraging sign. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
There's nothing like the neighborhood spot on game day. Every stool's taken, every screen's on. One minute you're surrounded by strangers. The next, you're high-fiving your new best friends. Once your turn to order, ask for Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer. 95 calories, just 2.6 grams of carbs, and flavor that holds its own from kickoff to that final whistle. Light beer that drinks like you mean it. Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've always respected people who put in the work. And Labor Day is about exactly that. From August 19th through September 8th, get 40% off all Iron Jock gear with a minimum purchase of $50 using code ESPN40. Excludes clearance and gift cards. Our gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock, built on performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop the Labor Day sale now at ironjock.com.
Green Bay, we might have a kicker.
He has now earned the trust because of these 2 preseason performances that I think it's going to go through the uprights every time.
You're listening to Madison's home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Time now for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Wonelli
on Wilde and Tausch.
I read a long article this morning.
Barnwell?
Barnwell. And it's kind of Power Rankings Tuesday. Not quite the way we like it, but Bill Barnwell predicts 5 NFL teams most likely to decline in the 2026 season.
Bears at the top.
Any guesses who the 5 teams are?
Oh, I think the Bears, the Chargers, the Eagles, San Francisco, and who else is in that mix? Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, should we do this Price is Right? There's a Price is Right game where they say, do I have 1 number right? And then they honk the horn. Do I have 2 numbers right? And then they don't.
You're still not trying to put Drew Carey ahead of Bob Barker, are you?
No, but
he is.
Drew Carey is not better than Bob Barker, but Drew Carey is one of the GOATs in game show hosting
Golden
history.
age, led by Bob Barker or by
20
Drew?
years he's been doing Prices Right now. What other game show host makes it 20 years except for the guy that he replaced? He's the Aaron Rodgers of game show hosts.
Who is?
Drew Carey. Bob Barker's Brett Favre. Drew Carey's Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I think you'd have some people arguing that Aaron Rodgers would be the Bob Barker.
Or Bob Barker's Bart Starr and Drew Carey's Brett Favre. Anyway,
Who's Popeye?
You have one of the 5 teams correct. One of the 5.
That's all I got is one?
Yeah, Jason, would you like to take a stab at it?
Well, they're going to put the Packers in there. You won't bring it up.
The Packers are not one of the teams. Yeah, they're not.
Are the Bears the one team that Tausch got right? That's really the only reason this is interesting.
That's why we brought it up. The Chicago Bears.
In fairness, I mean,
expected
Barnwell
to
is
decline.
The Bears, their DVOA or whatever the thing is called, and all
DVOA.
The numbers just dictate that they're going to fall back. You don't win all those close games. Now, the big outlier is going to be, is their pass rush any better? I don't know why it would be. And is Caleb Williams going to be a lot better? I think Caleb Williams will be a lot more consistent than he was last year. That's the interesting part.
Ben Johnson has apparently...
the Patriots are on that list.
Patriots are in. Yeah, that is correct.
Well, the Seahawks, if they don't win the championship, they regress. So it should be the Seahawks.
No.
Okay.
No. We've got one other team who was in a conference championship game last year.
Okay. The Rams?
No. Who was in the other one?
Broncos?
Yeah, Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then 2 Cats.
2 Cats. Lions aren't going to go down.
Not the Lions.
The Jaguars.
Not the Bengals. The Jaguars are one of them. Yep. AFC South champions a year ago. One other Cat won their division.
I'm trying to think who else won their division. Steelers. Patriots.
Oh, that sound means we're all out of time. The
Texans?
Carolina Panthers, the other team expecting to regress, playing a first-place schedule for a team that was under 500 winning its division a season ago in the NFC South.
Yeah, I can't argue with most of his prediction. I mean, these teams topped out last year. I think the Panthers the only one that probably didn't. Mm-hmm. And so I think these are fair. It's a fair list by Billy.
You can check out the full list if your heart desires over at ESPN.com. Just set some time aside because it's a long article from
I feel
Bill
like
Barnwell.
The Panthers won. I think you need. Did they win that division with a losing record?
No, I think they were 9-8.
Did they end up 9-8? I thought it was with a losing record. Let me see what. Let me see what Billy's got here. I'm scrolling.
Trail off.
It's a very long article.
What was
No, they were. I'm right. They were 8-9 last year.
Yeah,
8-9.
So
Losing.
I don't think
right.
they should be on a. I don't think you should be on a list of teams that are going to backslide if you weren't even
Panthers are like
to
the
begin
perfect
with.
list for. They're going to be better this year, but they maybe won't have as good of a record because they play a first place team schedule. That's that.
Yeah,
that's,
they could be a
voice
better
was
team.
that
and
exactly?
They could be a better team, but 6-11 this year.
that was my analytics voice.
Your DVOA.
I think you were mimicking Wilde because that's what he said about the Packers last year, if I recall.
Well, they're going to be good in 2020. Every year, Jason, his new hedge is they're going to be good next year. Not this year. I think it'll be next year. And then something will happen. It'll be like, I think in 2028 they're going to be good.
I don't think that's true at all. I think that's the first time I've ever done this.
For the last 3 years now, they're going to be contenders the next year. They got to build a year. That's what you said last year. Now you're saying it again this year. So I'm not saying what you're not saying. I'm saying what you are saying.
Sounds like a fine to me. All I know is back in the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks season, they had a great song, Light It Up, and a great team. And right now, you can tune in to Light It Up, the new season of Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Narrated by the legend, the GOAT, Bucks broadcasting legend Jim Paschke. It's the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks, from the Big Three to the Hall of Fame coach. It's the story of a generational team that brought the city together and brought the Bradley Center to life. You can find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. We wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. I asked Badgers defensive coordinator Mike Tressel on Friday how he can tell if his unit is ready for Saturdays, and his answer? He can hear it.
I think volume is an indication of confidence. So, as I know, when they are 100 miles per hour, knowing exactly what to do, they communicate like crazy. So those are the indicators. I think a loud defense is an indication of a confident defense, which is when you play fast. And we all can notice if you give up a play and everybody gets silent out there. I do not feel like we've been doing that.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Every tailgate has one. One person who brings the grill. One person with the lawn games. One who's convinced this is the year. But everyone's favorite, the one who shows up with the carbless. Handcrafted premium cocktails with bold flavor, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess. Just crack one open and enjoy. This football season, make carbless the MVP of your cooler. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. GT World Challenge is up next, coming to Road America August 28th through the 30th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
It happens without warning. And when it's a truck crash, everything changes. Trucking and insurance companies know how to protect themselves after a crash. Call Gruber Law Offices and let us protect your rights. Never take on the insurance company alone. We've got the knowledge, skills, and resources to fight and win. And you pay nothing up front to get the help you need. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Will Tucker Kraft be the NFL's highest paid tight end?
If and when it does get done, my prediction is that number will start with a 2, and that will help reset the tight end market.
Your home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
yeah, he is quick to criticize everything that I put on the schedule. So he's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? We never do this. And I was like, all right, Mike, you got all the answers. So, but no, it's been healthy. It's been good. So there's been give and take on both sides for sure.
Now that one I enjoyed because that like sums up the little brother, right? Kind of just, no, well, why do we have to do it that way? Why can't we do it this way? That's exactly what Mike LaFleur's been doing. Your mic okay over there? During their planning stages for this. Did you hurt your finger?
I got a little arthritis. It's right in the middle finger. Yeah.
Are you excited about this, or does the joint practice not really do it
The
for
joint
you?
practice will be especially, the fact that I think you're going to see a lot of work because they're not going to play in the game, and it's the last real look you're going to see before the opener against them. And it means we're closer to actual real regular season football. I'm all on board with it. So, yeah, I think there's a good value to it. I'm still not convinced, this whole subterfuge and all this other stuff. I understand it. I think they go overboard on it, and there's a lot of things you can get done without giving away the farm as far as how it goes. So I think you're going to learn a lot. I think there'll probably be you'll overemphasize what you see, but that's the beauty of preseason football, and then it just means we're another day closer to actually playing real games.
We will have full coverage tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available